that's good to see those guys, young guys down there on the field.
Wildcats getting set to run out of their end of the stadium. A good crowd of Wildcat fans has made the trip down here. About a 3-hour drive from sunny Florida all the way down here to Sun Lake. Some fans still filing in here tonight as we get ready for some football. Wildcats just trying to close out strong. We're trying to close out strong. We realize that Sun Lake has not had a great season, but they might be trying to play for some pride here tonight, so you never know what kind of team you're going to face on the field. The Wildcats getting set to do battle, and a chance to move to 7-3 on the year. Overall, 3 wins and 1 loss is how the Wildcats will finish in district play this year, with some good wins within the district. Took out West Nassau, Yulee, and Fernandina Beach, so we kind of ran the Nassau County trifecta.
Yeah, ran right through Nassau County. You and I, we were down on the field. You talk about the Sun Lake team, and yeah, the record doesn't indicate it, but man, they got some big kids down there, Mike, and so the Wildcats are going to have to show up to play, and hopefully, we talked about it, you get into the playoffs, there's a couple things you're looking for. You're looking not to get any of your starters hurt right before you go in the playoffs, but you'd like to have some momentum going in, so a chance to work on things and make sure everything's running the way you want it to go as you head into FHSAA playoff season.
Getting set for it. I know you were talking some logistics for that before the game. I want to thank Robbie Foster and the folks down there at Foster's General Contracting and Plumbing. They took care of the pregame meal tonight, Jackie. And I know you guys are getting set for all those logistics for at least one more game as the Wildcats will be in the state playoffs this year.
And I'll go ahead and say it. The Sun Lake had their youth team come out. Now the Wildcats look like a youth team coming out as half of them ran out of the banner and the other half stayed in there.
All right, well, let's go. Let's go, Wildcats. Let's get ready to play. Referee on the field has performed the coin toss. Looks like Sun Lake has won the toss. They will elect to receive the football here tonight. So Sun Lake's going to go on offense first and let the Wildcats go on defense. Defense has been key for the Wildcats, especially in some of the big wins. We've had some key interceptions throughout the year. Last week, Jackie, we talked about it on the broadcast last week. Derek Major, 2 interceptions last week against Fernandina Beach. I think Davion Dean had another one. And the Wildcats have had a number of interceptions from that group this year. Orlando Holland continues to get after the quarterback, just wreak havoc along that defensive front. And then we've seen some young guys show up. Cale Cruz, we've called his name a lot this year, making tackles on that defensive side. Case Foster, another guy that's getting in there, making some plays. Tucker Thrift, these guys, that defense plays hard, and they'll be on the field here to start this football game.
Yeah, exactly where you want to be. You're right. I mean, a young group down there. Derek Major just seemed like he was all over the field last week. Had a couple touchdowns called back, a couple pick-six opportunities there. So this defense coming into their own a little bit. We've talked about how we struggled at the beginning of the season with some things, and coverage was one of those, Mike. And so we went from leaving guys wide open to now, these guys are intercepting balls all over the field.
Makai Mosley, another guy we talked about a lot last week, made some big hits. Blake Mays has it teed up at the 40-yard line, getting set to kick it off to the Seahawks, who, as I said, won the toss, selected to receive, wanted the football first. Blake Mays gets his foot into it, going to be taken around the 5-yard line, fumbled there for a moment, picks it back up. Orlando Holland, the first man on the scene to slow down the ball carrier, and the Cats come in and wrap him up right around the 10-yard line. So Sun Lake going to have a hard time as they start out deep in their own territory.
Yeah, we talked about that last week, man. Hey, call a fair catch. Let that thing go into the end zone and get it out at the 25. That time, Sun Lake return man bobbles it around the 2-yard line. By the time he's able to get ahead of steam, that Wildcat special teams unit all over him.
Sun Lake offense on the field, first down and 10, right at the 10-yard line to start the football game. Going to line up in a power formation. Quarterback under center. Quarterback number 14, Mabawe. Mabawe under center, going to hand the ball to the deep back. That's number 5 on the carry. And number 5 for Sun Lake, going to be run to the right side before being pulled down. That's Lipsky on the carry. He's going to pick up just a few yards here, maybe 3, maybe 4 on the carry. It'll be second down and 6.
Yeah, nothing fancy there. Just a little I formation pro set there, Mike. And going to try to run it right at the teeth of this Wildcat defense. And got a little old-school place calling there as the quarterback runs to the sideline and gets the play and brings it back to the huddle. So he'll have 300 yards plus of rushing tonight without the football.
Yeah, you don't see much of this formation in high school football anymore. No receiver set for this Sun Lake football team. They're just going to line it up and run the football. Second down play, they give it off to Lipsky again, and Lipsky's going to pile his way ahead to the 19-yard line, close to a first down, as he picks up about 5 yards.
The wishbone, Mike. Old school, man. Just running it right at you here. So, and he picks up a first down. So, Wildcat defense going to have to adjust here, and not used to seeing that. Most of the teams nowadays are in the spread where they want to get out and try to outrun you. Sun Lake going to try to run it down our throat tonight.
Good old-fashioned football, and they pick up a first down on 2 carries out to the 20-yard line. 10 yards on 2 carries. First down at 10 from the 20-yard line. Mubawe, the quarterback, wishbone formation. They give it to the up back, and the up back's going to pile his way ahead out to near the 25-yard line and still moving. Wildcats say the ball was on the ground and signaling that they have it, but they're going to blow it dead at the 25, a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, I've never heard a whistle, and there was a lot of fighting for that ball. Like it had been out there for a little while, and the referees have no idea what happened.
And you ever notice when they don't have an idea what happened, they start blowing the whistle real quick. Second down, call it 5 from the 25-yard line. Quarterback number 14 for this Seahawk football team. They line up in the power traditional wishbone 3-back set here, no receivers. From the 25, Wildcats crowd the line of scrimmage, and we might have come across there as the Wildcats just driving into that offensive line. I feel like they felt like they were drawn offsides, but we'll see what the officials say about that.
I think the center, what you're going to find here is the center snapped the ball. And so that Wildcat defense reacted.
Yep, it's going to be against the offense, so it'll be second down and 10 after the first down. Run 5 yards was negated there, and they'll back it up. So that yardage gained on first down. They lose here on the penalty on second down. Second down, call it 10. Just underway here from Sun Lake High School. Under 10 minutes to go, first quarter. New score in the football game. Wildcats on defense to start the game. Trying to get a 3-and-out stop here and get the ball back. Second down, call it 10. Quarterback gives off to the deep back. That's going to be Lipsky, and Lipsky's hitting the backfield, and he goes nowhere on this play as the Wildcats met him in the backfield and make the big tackle. I think that was either Cruz or Foster on the case.
Yeah, look like Case Foster back there. Seth Chestnut helping him clean it up. Case Foster, my goodness, what a season he's had. Started again just with all the young talent we had. He played a lot of JV this year, and then got the opportunity here at the end of the season to move up to the varsity squad and has made himself a starter, Mike, in a couple games here. So Case Foster doing a great job.
Third down 13 now after the loss on the last play, 3-yard loss on that running play. Now they're going to line up some receivers left and right. They fire it out here to the left side. It's going to be a catch made, but nowhere near the first down as Derek Major wrestles the receiver out of bounds along with Cale Cruz over here on the near sideline. It'll be fourth down, and the Cats will get the ball back.
Great job by that defense. For a second there after that first little series, I thought, well, my goodness, this may be a long night. But the Wildcat defense, they buckle down there and nothing else doing for Sun Lake, so Wildcat's going to get the ball back.
Cam Smith, number 1, drops back to return for the Wildcats, and out of those 6 or 7 wins this year, you have to wonder where we'd be without Cam Smith this year. What a season the senior running back has had for this Wildcat football team. Punter going to stand back inside the 10-yard line. Cam Smith stands right at the 40 of the Wildcats. The punt is on the way. It's a high punt, going to take a roll for Sun Lake and hit around the 45 and roll all the way down to the 39, and the Wildcats will start it there, first down and 10 from the 39-yard line. So the first chance to see the Wildcat offense here as we get going. 7:55 to go, first quarter, no score. So Sun Lake held the ball for 4 minutes, got 1 first down, but nothing doing after that, and the Cats take over.
I mean, if I can just be honest with you here, Mike, 3-hour drive, I need these Wildcats to score fast and often here.
A bunch of points, that's what we want to see. How about right here in the first half?
I like it.
Let's get on the board. First down, Wildcats, right at the 40-yard line. Blake Mays in the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Cam Smith in the backfield with Mays. Mays gives the ball to Cam Smith, and he's got a hole. 45-50. Cam Smith makes a man miss at the 45 of Seattle, and is tackled at the 38. I want to say Seattle Seahawks so bad I had to say it.
Kind of look like it on that tackle. Normally Cam Smith, he's the guy, once he breaks that second level, he's out of there, but safety makes a good play that time.
22 yards on the carry for Cam Smith. Now on first down, gets another chance. Cam Smith inside the 40, still on his feet, 35. Cam Smith inside the 30, and Cam Smith picks up the first down, just picking them up and putting them down as he runs out of bounds along the near sideline at the 28-yard line.
Cam Smith making it look easy right there, just picking his way down, bounced off 3 or 4 Sun Lake tackles, and picks up another first down. So this rushing attack for the Wildcats has been prolific all season long, and no different tonight.
22 yards on the first carry, 12 on the second carry, 2 carries, 34 quick yards for Cam Smith. First down and 10 from the 28-yard line of Sun Lake. Blake Mays, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Cam Smith in the backfield. 7:30 to go, first quarter. Mays takes the snap, going to keep it himself. Zone read play. Mays has got it. He's at the 25, and Mays going to be spun down inside the 20, down around the 17-yard line. Another first down carry for the Wildcats.
Good read that time by Blake Mays. Sun Lake keying on Cam Smith, and Blake able to slip right up the middle, picks up another first down.
First down inside the 20, down to the 16-yard line. First down play, quick handoff. Wildcats running it to the right side this time as Davion Dean's going to carry it all the way to the end zone. Davion Dean, a 16-yard carry, and we haven't seen that look very often, but Davion Dean steps in there at running back and carries it to the end zone for a touchdown. And what would Larry Birkins say?
All the way from Land O'Lakes, Larry Birkins, come on. Davion Dean.
Come on.
Pulling people down on the way to the end zone.
And now he'll go back to hold for the extra point as Blake Mays gets set to kick it. 7:10 to go. Wildcats on their first possession, just 4 plays. And 4 plays go into the end zone as Blake Mays is going to have his extra point blocked. As they had a guy come in off the left end that time, and he got back there untouched and just stretched out, got the extra point, and it'll be 6-0 Wildcats, 7:10 to go, first quarter.
Don't want to take anything for granted. Guys come in here to relax, and that guy came in untouched. Not sure what happened there on the extra point, but nonetheless, Wildcat offense looking very efficient on that drive, Mike. A couple carries by Cam Smith. Davion Dean finishing it up. Blake Mays with a quarterback keeper.
Yeah, just 4 plays on the drive. 2 by Cam Smith, 1 by Blake Mays, and then Davion Dean finishes it off, 16 yards to pay dirt, 16-yard touchdown run for number 2. And he gets it in the end zone. Wildcats on top 6-0, getting set to kick it off here to Sun Lake. They did get 1 first down on their first possession, but then the Wildcats tightened up and stuffed them at that moment. Low line drive kick going to be taken at the 5-yard line. Return man out across the 15, out across the 20. Going to be tackled over there right around the 20-yard line. And it'll be first down and 10 for Sun Lake. Let's see. They came out showing that wishbone formation, all runs, and then on third down, they split it out, had 4 receivers set. So let's see if they come out and try to choose to throw the ball around here a little bit more against the Cats or not. Just that 7 minutes to go first quarter. I want to thank all the Wildcat fans for listening in here tonight to these Wildcats as we travel a pretty far piece here tonight for this football game. Good news about that is next year they'll have to return the favor and come to Memorial Stadium. First down play for Sun Lake, just across the 20-yard line. They will split out 3 receivers to the left this time, 1 to the right. Quarterback fires one out to the left side, catch made right along the 20, but a quick tackle by the Wildcats as they could not get the blockers set up, and it'll be a 2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8.
Yes, that Chestnut from that linebacker position comes over and stops him immediately. So this Wildcat defense not fooled on what Sun Lake's trying to do. They've come out in the wishbone. They've come out in the I formation. They've come out in the spread. Might be Seattle Seahawks, Mike.
Showing lots of different sets here early on the offensive side of the ball. second down, call it 9 for the Seahawks. Wildcats did a good job on the offensive side of the ball, took a 6-0 lead. We did get our extra point blocked, but on top here early, midway through the first quarter. And now you're going to get a flag for delay a game. They don't get the playoff fast enough.
That's what happens again. Quarterback's having to run over after every play and get it from the coach and then run it back to the huddle and tell all his guys. Something you don't see a whole lot of anymore.
Well, years ago we used to do that, Jackie, and that's something that you hate asking the quarterback to do. Timeout on the field. Let's take a timeout with them. Wildcats with a 6-0 lead. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Wildcat Football here on WFBB.
Since 1967, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has had the goal to acquire customers and maintain their complete satisfaction throughout the business relationship. Located in McClenny with almost 60 years of serving the McClenny area, excellence has been their hallmark. Did you know that now Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning also carries Amana products? Amana has been known since 1934 as having some of the most reliable and dependable heating and air conditioning systems in the business. If you're struggling with who to call for your air conditioning service, give them a call. Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, 259-6546. That's 259-6546.
After the penalty, Sun Lake has to start 5 yards deep in their own backfield there. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 12. That running back took the football, and he was met in the backfield by Case Foster again. That's twice tonight already that Case Foster has penetrated that line and gotten into the backfield for a big hit.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it all season, but again, Case Foster just a sophomore, Mike, so that linebacking core is going to be something special for years to come.
3rd down, they'll spread it out. 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left, 1 man in motion to the right. They fired out there quickly and going to be a tackle made right at the point of the catch. And the Wildcat defense has done the job again, and they'll force another punt here for this Sun Lake Seahawk football team. 6-0 Wildcats lead it here early on. Cam Smith's going to go back to get the punt. And Jackie, we talked about it this week on the Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning Coaches Show. Several opponents that we're looking at that we might face next week. It all depends on how the top 8 ranking shakes out and which one of those teams falls into that number 6 hole. We're not quite sure who that's going to be just yet. But a couple of things we do know, as this punt's going to come down around midfield, and they're going to touch it right there at about midfield. Here's one thing we do know to clarify what we talked about last week, Jackie. We talked about the chances of a home or away situation next week for the playoffs. Wildcats await that number 6 seed to find out exactly what. So we are ranked in the top 4. Last year, you picked the top 4, and those top 4 seeds would have all been district champions, and they would have all hosted. However, this year it's done a little bit differently. We're going to be seated right where we actually earn the points, so we're at number 3. So the Wildcats would host a playoff game next week at home as long as the number 6 team is a district runner-up or not the first place team in their district. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. 1st down and 10. Wildcats going to hand the ball to Kanias Williams, and Kanias Williams has a hole, 35-30. He's down to the 20, down inside the 15 to the 10 to the 5, and Kanias Williams on a 1st down carry. He's going to go 50 yards. And the Wildcats in 5 offensive plays have 2 touchdowns.
My goodness, what a run by Kanias Williams, 50 yards, almost untouched. We were used to seeing Kanias more of the bruiser back and Cam Smith breaking the long ones. But at that time, Kanias Williams turns on the jets at about the 40, and nobody's catching him.
And he looked back over his shoulder about the 30 and was just surprised that nobody was around. And he just kind of put it into overdrive and slid on into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. Davion Dean to hold for the extra point. Let's see if we can get one through there as Blake Mays kicks it up and hits the upright on the left side. And we're snake bit on the extra points here tonight. That's 0 for 2.
What are we doing, guys? This is a special teams coordinator. I had a talk with him after the game.
I don't even know the answer to your question. Couldn't tell you. 12-0 Wildcats, 4:19 to go in the first quarter. But I will tell you this, when you talk about getting some momentum as you close out the regular season here, a win last week on homecoming and senior night back at Memorial Stadium, and well on our way here to start this football game, Jackie. But those type of things right there, the fundamentals, the things that you want to make sure that you're doing on a regular basis. The first time we let a guy get back there, he got back there all the way to the kicker and blocked the extra point. That time, the snap, maybe a little high, the hold, was there, and then, we kick it off the upright. So those are the things that as you head down toward the playoffs, you want to make sure that you're doing those things well and executing well. So they'll work on that throughout the night here. But so far, 12-0 Cats, 5 offensive plays we scored on. A big 50-yard touchdown run there by Kanias Williams, and we'll go back on defense.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about. You want to make sure everything's running smoothly. This Sun Lake team, when you had a good idea that you were going to have your way with them when you come in here, but that's when you want to work on it. You want to work on the small things that we saw. We just talked about it as we were walking off the field, what happened to the Carolina Panthers the other day, a chance to win that game in regulation and miss the PAT.
That's right.
And then end up losing in overtime on another missed field goal. So while you're down there, make sure these things count.
Sun Lake goes back to their wishbone-type formation here, going to run it straight ahead. Powers ahead for about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7. The defense has done the job here so far, only giving up 1 first down in the first quarter to this Sun Lake Seahawks team, and now trying to get the ball back for our offense. See if we can keep pushing some balls to the end zone. That's what I want to see. 2nd down, call it 7. Sun Lake in the huddle. Quarterback to the sideline, running back with the play call.
I'll tell you, they're not going to get this one off, Mike.
Yeah, they're taking quite some time, and they're going to have to call a timeout.
He was down to 30 seconds left on the play clock.
That's when you might, as a coaching staff, want to look at things and say, maybe we've got a better way to signal the play,
I mean, yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I'm thinking, a couple of guys on the sideline with some hand signals. I see that in different levels of football. Seems to be fairly effective.
I mean,
maybe a wristband for the quarterback.
You're giving some wristbands, and wristbands are working at 8 and 10 years old, so I would assume that a high school could comprehend that.
Well, Jackie, as we transition from October to November this week, did you get a chance to dress up as something fun for Halloween? Tell me about your costume.
Yeah, I dressed up as a banker for South Bank. Went to work.
How did that go? Did you get candy?
Yeah, we got some candy, man. My kids have been really good. They're easy to bribe. So being on school night, we stopped at the Dollar General, spent $50 on some candy, and went home.
Did you open the bag? And
yeah.
Second down play here. They're going to try to throw the football out to the right side. Pass going to be incomplete. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 7. Wildcats on the coverage over there. It's kind of interesting when it falls on a Monday night, but I will tell you this. Over at my house, we had plenty of trick-or-treaters. As a matter of fact, Jackie, I was worried I had too much candy this year, but guess what? Every single piece I had was passed out Monday night. Every piece, let me tell you.
Busy neighborhood over there.
I'm telling you, man, and they kept coming. And the World Series started at 8, but then it got rained out that night, so I got a reprieve and was able to wait until the next night, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Coming down to the wire and not looking good. 3rd down play, they're going to run a screen pass inside, and the Wildcats were back there, and we're going to get a couple of flags coming in late here, so this is where that penalty bug is going to strike. We're going to get a roughing the passer call against the Wildcats for sure, and then another flag that came in late that might be against the Cats as well.
I'm thinking that one's against Sun Lake, so we may get offset in here, which is going to be best-case scenario for the Wildcats because the first one's roughing the passer for sure. And that's another thing. You want to talk about cleaning something up. My goodness. We have done more laundry than Todd has ever thought of.
Had a chance to talk to the coach about the penalty situation this week in the coaches show on Monday night. And He's just as disgusted as we are, honestly. And, you know, he just said it's one of those things they talk about every week. They focus on it every week. They go back and look at the film, talk about the penalties that were made. Effort plays, Jackie, the coach is fine with effort plays. If you make an effort play and something happens and you get a hold or you get something that's called on the field during an effort play, you know, kind of one of those things you talk about a lot. You know, it's just when a guy's trying to make a play and he just messes up and makes a mistake, that's one thing you can live with. But these 15-yarders, you know, take this roughing the passer penalty here. Those are just things that don't need to happen. They're setting up a screen. He overthrew the receiver. We're off the field there. Instead, it's 15 yards, and they've got a first down. First down and 10, Sun Lake, out across the 40, and we're going to jump off sides here as the Wildcats a little too fast. So 2 penalties in a row here going to give Sun Lake 20 additional yards and really keep this drive going.
Yeah, and that's what happens. You know, you do something like that, and we saw it the other night where Fernandina ends up scoring. You know, and so it's one dumb penalty to keep the drive alive, and then if they score on that drive, you're right, we would have had fourth down without roughing the passer, and we're off the field.
Yeah, would have already been off the field. First down and 5 is what they have after that play, though, and the Wildcats going to hit the running back in the backfield, bring him down for a loss. Good job by the Wildcats to get some pressure in there against that Sun Lake offensive line. They're going to lose 2 yards on the play, break it back to a second down and 3. And, you know, I mean, the coach is aware. You know, it's one of those things. The coach is aware. He knows, just like we do, how bad the penalties have really cost the Wildcats this year. Probably none bigger than that Jackson Tiger football game. You know, the penalties over there and a chance to take down a really good football team, you know, the penalties cost us. Second down, 7, going to hand the ball to the fullback. The fullback, first man through, and Orlando Holland just stands him up right at the line of scrimmage. And Orlando Holland said, "You're not going anywhere," and it'll be third down from the same spot.
I mean, he's playing the fullback position, but my goodness, that's an offensive guard back there. He's a big one.
Big kid. These Sun Lake Seahawks down here on the campus of Sun Lake High School. Nice area here, but I tell you what, without GPS, I would have never found it. How about you?
Absolutely not.
I told John Meadows on the drive down I was thankful for the GPS because without it, I might still be looking for the stadium. Third down and 7, quarterback in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They pass it underneath, and Derek Major has got another interception maybe. He and the receiver both going for the ball at the same time. It looked like Major closed on it and got the interception, but no. You're going to say the receiver caught it, but he's going to be short of the first down. I thought Major had another interception.
Oh, my goodness.
He broke on it, had a chance to pick it off, and the receiver just out-wrestled him for it.
Oh, man, Derek Major jumped that route, Mike. I thought not only was it going to be an interception, I thought he had another pick six there. But nonetheless, a great play. He's going to bring up fourth down here. And Sun Lake, see what they do.
Well, it looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field. Trailing 12-0, under a minute and a half to go here. They're going to run 3 receivers, trips to the left. They need 3 yards. Going to pass it? No, they're going to fake it and give a handoff to the middle, and they're going to get the first down. Quarterback faked everybody out. He dropped back and looked like he was going to throw it to the right side and then just slipped the handoff underneath to the trailing running back, and he gets the first down out to the 45-yard line or out to the midfield stripe, and it'll be first down Sun Lake.
Caught us off guard there. Not going for it. They were going so fast, and it was chaotic, and nobody knew what was going on. We had to go back and look again. I would venture to say that the wide receivers weren't set on this side when he snapped the football. But nonetheless, that's going to be a first down.
Maybe the last play of the first quarter coming up here as the clock clicks under 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. They're going to throw it to the right side, though, and the receiver is behind the defense over there, and the pass hits him in the hands and goes in and out of his hands, so that won't be the last play of the first quarter as the incomplete pass will stop the clock with 20 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. They were going for the home run there after the first down play, Jackie, and almost hit it.
Yeah, and the Wildcat defender, Mike, all he had to do was put his hands up, and he probably intercepts that ball, and he gave up on it at the last second and gave the Sun Lake receiver a chance. So Wildcat defense, another opportunity there for a turnover.
Right at midfield, 20 seconds to go first quarter. Sun Lake's quarterback goes to under center. Receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. They're going to run the football straight ahead. Pounds his way ahead into Wildcat territory. First time that Sun Lake has visited Wildcat territory tonight. 2-yard gain is going to be 3rd down and 8. So now the Wildcats have a chance to get them off the field here, but that's probably the last play of the first quarter. When we come back with the start of the second quarter, they'll face a 3rd down and 8 against this Wildcat defense. Wildcats have scored 2 touchdowns. They lead at 12-0 here as we end the first quarter. Let's take a 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Wildcat football on WFBB.
Dual State Real Estate is a proud supporter of Wildcat football. We offer home and land sales as well as property management in Florida and Georgia. Come in for a free consultation and we'll show you how to get up to 16% more for your property. Mention this ad and we'll give you free buyer representation. Don't hesitate. Call Dual State, owned and operated by Sabrina Thrift. Call us today at 904-397-0263 or check us out at dualstaterealestate.com. We'll give you service you deserve from people you can trust. And at Dual State Real Estate, we are always Wildcat proud.
We live in the small towns of North Florida, and we deserve only the finest in healthcare. We're fortunate to have that right here in McClenny at Ed Frazier Memorial Hospital. Here, we receive personalized treatment options that focus on wellness. It's reassuring to know that our doctors are just as qualified as larger hospitals, and our medical technology is the best available. Ed Frazier Memorial Hospital at Baker County Medical Services. The best part? They treat you like family.
On the 3rd down and 8 play, Sun Lake just going to try to run the football through the middle. They're going to pick up 2 yards, make it a 4th down and 5. That might have been a play call that you're going to run if you're going to plan on going for it on 4th down, and it looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field here. First play of the second quarter there goes for 3 yards. It's 4th down and 4 now. They need 4 yards to the Wildcat 40 for a 1st down.
Yeah, it's a huge stop here, opportunity a couple times on this drive for the Wildcat defense to get off the field. Let's see if they can do it here.
2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Look for a quick pass to the top side. They send a man in motion here. 4th down and 4. Quarterback, straight drop. Looks to throw to the left side. He's going to be hit and sacked in the backfield. Orlando Holland knew that was coming, and it looked like they were trying to set up a pass to the left-hand side of the field. And the Wildcats, with a big sack by Orlando Holland, have turned the ball over, and the Cats will take over in Sun Lake territory, or right at midfield here at the 48-yard line.
I can tell you this, if you're Sun Lake and you're going to throw a pass there on 4th down, it better be something a lot quicker than that, because Orlando Holland isn't going to give you much time at all, and he proves it right there. Huge sack by Orlando Holland.
11-10 to go, first half. Wildcats on top, 12-0. Wildcat offense back on the field. Short field here from the Sun Lake 48. Blake Mays in the gun. Hands the ball to Silas Roden on the jet sweep. Silas Roden, number 8, goes around the right side. He's inside the 40. Silas Roden inside the 35. Gets hit hard on the sideline as he goes out of bounds. But a good run here on a jet sweep play given to the wide receiver, number 8, Silas Roden. And he picks up a big 1st down for the Cats.
Silas Roden showing the wheels.
He got around the corner, and he was down the sideline. And I thought they might get a late hit call over there on the...
I did too, but I can tell you this. I've never seen his daddy run that fast.
1st down, Cats. Different quarterback here. Davion Dean's going to take the snap, and he's going to run the Wildcat formation here and run it to the left side. Last time he touched the ball, he went for a 16-yard touchdown run. This time, picks up about 5 in the middle of that defense and makes it a 2nd down and 5.
Slipped, man. They wrap that tape around those cleats. I want to go down there and use John Meadows' pocket knife and just cut it off.
2nd down. Blake Mays pump fake at the line of scrimmage. Now he goes long. He's got Dean at the goal line, and Davion Dean outstretches his arms, picks it up, and a good pump fake touchdown pass there from Blake Mays to Davion Dean, a 27-yard Wildcat touchdown pass. And the Cats now on 3 offensive possessions have found the end zone 3 times.
My goodness, what a throw and catch that time. Blake Mays and Davion Dean. Thought Blake overthrew him just a hair, but Davion Dean turns on the burners, lays out for it, and what a touchdown.
Well, and that's where, that's an example of a playmaker just going up and making a play because, like you said, Mays led him well, almost overthrew that thing, but Davion Dean, enough talent to go up there, get the ball, keep his feet, kept his head, kept his feet inbounds as he crossed the goal line. A beautiful throw and catch there. And Mays really, he kind of froze the defense with the pump fake. He sold it well at the line of scrimmage, and you get a 27-yard touchdown throw.
And actually make the PAT.
Yeah, he didn't just make it, he drilled it. I mean, that time it looked like the Cats had something to prove, and he kicked that one
into the concession stand. It was a nacho.
It was deep. 19-0 now. Cats on top, 10:26 to go in the first half. And if Larry Perkins is listening, Jackie, what would he say?
Come on, Davion Dean, lay out for one more.
I got to tell you, this Wildcat broadcast that Jackie and I are able to do each week, and then our coaches show on Monday nights, but wouldn't be possible without the support of those sponsors, and I'll run through them in a few moments. Coming up in a little while, we'll have our Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report. Got a lot to talk about tonight, and as we do each and every week, Blake Mays gets his foot into it here, going to be taken around the 5-yard line. Sun Lake return man across the 15, across the 20, and hit hard across the 20-yard line. And if the Wildcat special teams makes another good stop inside the 25, they'll start around the 23, first and 10. Sun Lake, they've got nothing to show for 4 offensive possessions so far. They got into Wildcat territory on the last one, but that was aided by some Wildcat penalties. So this Wildcat defense playing tough, playing strong here on the road tonight. 10:20 to go in the first half.
I'm going to call a Derek Major pick 6 right here, man. He's all over it, Mike. He wants it bad. Jumped for one already. I'd love to see it. Cats up 19-0 with 10:20 to go in the second quarter. Rack them up, boys.
Yeah, with those 2 missed extra points, we need about 16 points now. First down and 10, play call from the 23-yard line. The running back's going to get a hold there as he's going to pick it up out to the 34 here. A good run on first down for Smith, the ball carrier from Sun Lake, and we've got a Wildcat shaking up on the play here.
So we have a player injured. We have a player down number 16 for the Wildcat.
The PA guy here, he just lets everybody know who's hurt on the field. Not something you normally hear.
Right. But a good run that time by Sun Lake. Nothing fancy, just had the wishbone, Mike.
Yeah, just a straight give that time off the left tackle and got it out there across the 30 to the 34, picked up a first down. They haven't had many of those, so the Wildcat defense has played strong here tonight. 3 touchdowns for this Wildcat offense, a 19-0 lead here in the second quarter. Looks like the Wildcat player's okay, just shaking up on the play, and he gets up under his own power and able to come to the sideline, so that's a good sign there as the Wildcat fans clap. And the Wildcat defense will go back to work. 10:13 to go, second quarter. On the road here for the final game of the 2022 regular season. Jackie can't believe that this season has already come to not quite a close yet as we'll play in the playoffs next week, but the regular season tonight going to come to a close, and it always does. Once we get into that season, man, these weeks just kind of tick by, and before you know it, here you sit at the last week of the regular season.
Yeah, you can't wait for it to get here, and then all of a sudden, blink of an eye, it's over. Oh.
First down, the Wildcats going to crash across on the defensive side here, and they're going to pick up a free 5 yards as the Wildcats are offsides on the play. And those are the type of penalties when the ball hadn't even been snapped yet. You can't be coming across offside. We've done that more this year than we've ever done, I think. It just gives the offense a free 5. So instead of first and 10, now they've got a first down and 5 from out in front of us here at the 40-yard line. Handoff running to the left side. The Cat defense over there trying to bring down the ball carrier. He's going to pick up maybe 3 yards out to the 42-yard line. And that'll bring up a short second down play here. And that's what you do. You put your defense into a situation when you jump off sides like that. Like, you know, they picked up a modest 3 yards there, but now they've got a second and 2 facing a first down here.
Yeah, and again, I mean, nothing fancy out of the wishbone. That Wildcat defensive front, looked like they had him stopped at the line of scrimmage. But just keeps driving his legs and picks up a couple yards. And you're right, Mike. Next thing you know, you're 2 yards away from a first down.
Second down, call it 2, right in front of us at the 42-yard line. They give to the fullback, and the fullback crashes ahead trying to get to the first down marker. And they're going to give it to him, I think, out to the 45-yard line. It'll be a first down. It'll be a first down for Sun Lake. It gives the PA announcer something to get excited about there. It gets that crowd fired up across the way. They've got a good crowd here tonight. Final home game of the season for the Seahawks. I venture to say they won't be playing next week.
No, unless it's a charity bowl of some sort.
First down from the 45-yard line. Seahawks under center, gives to the deep back. That's Smith, and Smith carries it to the right side, and he's going to be picked up and dropped after a gain of 2 out to the 47-yard line. Several Wildcats in there on that tackle, Jackie. You got any numbers for me?
Yeah, it looked like, Phil Jefferson down there, Cale Cruz in there, Case Foster again, cleaning it up. So a host of Wildcats that time.
2-yard gain, maybe 1-yard gain out to the 46-yard line. Clock running, 8.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Wildcats on defense, trying to get the ball back for the offense. 19-0, the Wildcats on top. Hand it to the fullback. The fullback's going to sprint his way out to the 50-yard line, right at midfield. Call it a pickup of 3, and it's going to be a 3rd down and 5. 3rd down and 5 for Sun Lake, and
It's going to be 3rd and 5.
they have
3rd and 5 for
gone for it the last couple of 4th downs they've had. So let's see if they think this is 4-down territory again.
That's what I was going to say. I'd venture to say that they have reached 4-down territory.
Right at midfield. Right at midfield. Here we go from the 50. Going to give to the deep back. The deep back hits the backfield. Maybe they'll rethink that now as Orlando Holland hits the running back 2 yards in the backfield. They're going to lose yardage on this play, and it's going to bring up a 4th down, and they are going to punt it away. Cat defense does a good job, and they're going to get off the field here.
Orlando Holland, again, Philip Jefferson back there making big plays from that Wildcat front.
Once again, Wilson Thomas back to first. Get back to return.
Cam Smith going to drop back to return this punt. He's going to stand back around the 10-yard line of the Cats. Let's just don't let this one roll around back there. Left-footed punter gets the foot into it right at the 35-yard line. It's going to be a high kick, and it's going to hit inside the 20. Smith going to field it and goes down inside the 15-yard line. Another slip, Jackie, another slip on the play as Cam Smith slips down, call it the 12-yard line. It'll be first down from the 12. Cat offense back on the field. They lead at 19-0. 6:49 to go here in the second quarter. A reminder, we will have our Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report coming up in just a few moments. Brought to you by Jack Baker and Justin Webb from the local Baker County Farm Bureau office, located right there on 121 in McClenny, Florida. Got a few things I want to run by you here tonight, Jackie, in our halftime report. We'll talk some of that information. Hand off to the right side. Going to be a first down carry here out across the 15-yard line. Running back for the Cats. Got a little change up there. Some other guys getting into the game here. It looked like 26.
Rayshawn Rayham, I believe, Mike.
That's right. Rayham on the carry. He was the captain last week on senior night. Quick handoff here. Jabari Ruiz hands the ball off left side. We got a big hole coming out across the 30-yard line and out to the 32-yard line. That was Kanias Williams on the carry. He's already got a 50-yard touchdown run tonight. And the Wildcats showing some tempo there. Pick up a first down out to the 32.
Yeah, a couple subs in there now. Jabari Ruiz coming into the game.
Official timeout here for the mid-quarter break. 6 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the half. And even though there's a timeout on the field, the clock's still running.
Oh, my goodness. we need those seconds, man.
Yeah, I was thinking. Click down from 6:15 to 6:05. Maybe they'll reset it. But either way, they'll Wildcats will have a first down play upcoming. That was the Kanias Williams carry. He's only ran the ball twice tonight, Jackie, and he's picked up about 65 yards of offensive production. Kanias Williams came to play tonight here on the final game of 2022.
Yeah, and I think you're going to get a heavy dose of Kanias Williams and Rayshawn Raham here in the foreseeable future in that Wildcat backfield. So Jabari Ruiz leading the charge back there, and this Wildcat offense still clicking on all cylinders in the rushing attack.
Yeah, you got Jabari Ruiz coming out, number 10 at quarterback. Raham back there, number 26, along with Kanias Williams. They're going to split two receivers to the Wildcat side of the field. That's the weak side, and over to the strong side, one receiver on the top. First down and 10 from the 41-yard line. Jabari Ruiz stands back there at quarterback, senior quarterback for the Cats. You're going to get a flag down here before the play. Rashawn Raham would have gotten the carry on that one. Had a little hole to the right side. Looked like a crease over there, but it's going to be a 5-yard penalty here against the Cats, I'm afraid.
Yeah, he was good. Man, he saw pay dirt right there, Mike. Wide open hole, and then realized 15 yards later they'd blown it dead.
Right at 6 minutes to go here in the first half. 19-0. Wildcats lead it on the road. Last game of 2022 from a regular season perspective. Excited to find out who and where we're going to play next week for the first round of the state playoffs. First down handoff. They give it to Raham again. And he's going to be pulled down from behind over on the right side. Couldn't quite get untracked that time. It'll be a tackle right along the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 14.
Smith's going to check back in the game here.
Raham checks out. Cam Smith checks in. Looks like he's going to stay over here at receiver. 3 receivers to the left side of the formation. Wildcats with 1 receiver to the right. Jabari Ruiz here. Look for a home run throw here, Jackie. He's going to fire one to the left side, and it's going to be incomplete. Trying to hit Kanias Williams coming out of the backfield. I thought they might be setting him up there for another Cam deep pass.
Hey, you want to know what's frustrating about it, Mike? You and I were down on the field pregame. They worked on that. A little swing pass to Kanias Williams right there, and they threw 50 of them down there on the field before the game started. And then get in the game and just can't execute.
They did not. And pass falls incomplete, and now it's going to be 3rd down. 3rd down and 13 after the first down penalty. Wildcats need 13 to get a first down. Ruiz takes a straight drop, looks to throw. He's under pressure, and Jabari Ruiz is going to be sacked in the backfield. And you're going to get a flag down. He might have got him by the face mask.
Yeah, we're going to get lucky here. Wildcats are going to catch a break.
2 flags on the play. Get a personal foul, a face mask. Oh, they call it a horse collar against the Seahawks. So depending on where this spot is, it might give the Wildcats a first down. They'll mark this from the line of scrimmage, so that's going to take the ball. That's just something I don't understand, Jackie. Should they mark that penalty from the spot of the foul as opposed to from the line of scrimmage? And as a result, it only goes up to the 37-yard line, so you still have a 3rd down. 3rd down and 5. So it penalizes the offense there for a penalty against the defense, if you think about it. 3rd down play, Kanias Williams going to pick up the first down and more from across the 50. Kanias Williams down the sideline, 35-30. And Kanias going to be bounced out of bounds right along the sideline, right at the 20-yard line. A big run for Kanias Williams, 43 yards on that carry.
Kanias Williams, a great job, just great vision, Mike. Sees the hole, cut back a couple times there, and another big run for Kanias Williams.
Kanias Williams with that carry goes over 100 yards on just 3 carries tonight. 3 carries, he's over 100, Jackie. First down from the 20-yard line. Now Raham going to carry it to the right side. And Rashawn Raham's into the end zone. He goes 20 yards. He went to the 10, to the 5, and he scores for the Cats. And we're back into the end zone here as Rashawn Raham, number 26, punches it in from 20 yards out.
Great run that time, just setting them up, outside. And that time, Rayshawn Raham right up the gut for a big touchdown.
Yeah, just broke it out to the right side that time, had one man to beat, and he got inside of him around the 6-yard line, broke it into the end zone. Extra point is on the way, and the extra point is good. So Blake Mays, after the first 2 miscues there tonight, had one blocked, and then we had one off the upright after those 2. Going to be 2 straight for Blake Mays as he puts the Cats on top 26-0 here with 4:36 to go in the half. Let's take a timeout here on WFBB. We'll take a 1-minute timeout, send it back to the station. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
Have you ever thought about cleaning out your garage or wonder what you need to do with all those aluminum cans or scrap metal you've got laying around in the backyard? Well, look no further. You just need to load it up and head to American Recycling. Tim Hughes owns and operates American Recycling on Woodlawn Road in McClenny, Florida. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and on the 2nd and 4th Saturdays of every month from 9 a.m. to noon. Stop by and see Tim and maybe even cash in on that stuff you've got laying around. Tim and American Recycling say, go Wildcat. Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
Want to give a shout out to our guy Corey back at Glen Baptist Church, keeping us on the air tonight. We had a special guest with us up here in the booth tonight, Jackie. John Meadows made the trip with us. I'm happy for that. John Meadows, chance to kind of get on the road with us here for a Wildcat game. They're going to run a first down little screenplay here, the Seahawks do, out of the backfield. They're going to pick up about 10 yards right at the first down marker. He's tackled. Good to see John Meadows get out of the box and get a chance to travel with us.
Yeah, John Meadows is going to be in for a rude awakening. He's used to that couple-minute drive from the booth to the house when the game's over, but I got a 3-hour trek ahead of you, John, when this baby winds down.
I got a special gift for him in the truck. It's a Monster Energy. We're gonna stay awake. We're gonna listen to the oldies headed home, and hopefully he can help me stay awake. First down play, gonna hand it to the running back. Cats are gonna stuff him there at the line. 2-yard gain. Under 4 minutes to go here, first half. Reminder: we've got our Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report coming up at the halftime break. Want to thank all the sponsors that make it possible for Wildcat football to be on the air each and every week. Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, my buddy Oscar Gray. Farm Bureau, Baker County Farm Bureau. Dual State Real Estate, my friend Sabrina Thrift. They're big sponsors of Wildcat football. American Recycling, my buddy Wildcat Tim Hughes. Tailored Healthcare, talk to you about them in just a minute. Birkin Chevrolet. Just some of the sponsors that make it possible each week. And we're going to get a pass across the middle that's going to be knocked out of there here. It'll bring up a third down. Cats might have one more chance to get the ball back here in the first half, Jackie, but I just got to tell you, without those sponsors, man, we'd be lost and wouldn't have a chance to have Wildcat football on the radio. So I want to thank them for that. A lot of these guys are the same guys you hear from each and every week, and that just tells you how much they do care about Wildcat football.
And they do a lot more than just write a check, Mike. You know, these are huge supporters of Wildcat football. They keep track of it. They come to the games. So,
yeah, right here within arm's length, we've got a couple of those sponsors, and happy to see them. Big supporter. They've got kids on the team. They're involved in the community. Most of these guys, though, whether they have a kid on the team or not, they still support the Wildcats. Jackie, I mentioned Tailored Healthcare. At Tailored Healthcare, the only thing we like more than seeing the Wildcats win on the field is seeing our patients have success with their health. At Tailored Healthcare, we offer a unique, individualized model of primary care that's tailored to each person's needs and circumstances. So if you've been thinking about needing a primary care doctor, this is somebody you might want to call. We offer traditional insurance coverage as well as direct primary care, weight loss, and hormone replacement. And they are accepting new patients, and they want you to give them a call, 259-5929. Again, that's 259-5929. That's Tailored Healthcare, and Tailored Healthcare offers you a chance to come down and see what they've got to help you with, and something that everybody needs to pay attention to. You know, you need to get in, see that primary care physician, you know, maybe at least once a year, maybe twice a year, depending on what you got going on. But you definitely want to get that blood work, want to make sure you're keeping track of all your vital signs, and stay around.
A lot of nostalgia if you choose to go down to Tailored Healthcare. He's in the old Dr. Gary Dobson's office down there on 228. So a lot of doctor's visits have been made right there in that building.
Yeah, first down and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wildcats stopped them on third down, got the punt back, and here we go. First down play, going to toss sweep to the left side. Toss sweep to Cam Smith. He's got the corner. Cam Smith, 50, 45, 40. Cam Smith down the sideline, 35, 30. And he's inside the 10 to the 5. And Cam Smith races 62 yards for a Wildcat touchdown on the first down play.
We have traveled a many a sight, Mike, and I have yet to find a team that can run down Cam Smith.
You weren't going to find it there either, as he had a couple of guys with the angle and still couldn't catch him at the 30-yard line. Cam Smith still running. Going to have to hold that stop sign up like Forrest Gump, you know. And he's still running down there. First down play, and he goes 62 yards. Cam Smith extends that Wildcat lead to 32-0. Extra point pending here with 2:47 to go in the half. Dean gets the snap down, and the kick is on the way. And Blake Mays has got 3 in a row. Makes it 33-0 now. Where would we be with those 2 extra points, Jackie? My goodness, it would be 35. But it's 33-0 here, 2:47 to go in the half. Keep it right here for just a moment.
We need a safety. Come on, defense. Give me the running clock.
Good run there for Cam Smith. Seen him turn on the Jets a couple of times there in the first half. And we got a couple of running backs that are over 100 yards now in this first half as Kanias Williams broke the 100-yard barrier. Now Cam Smith does. We need to get Davion a couple more carries, see if we can get 3 guys over 100 yards.
Well, I mean, that's 4 different running backs that have rushed for a touchdown. Davion did rush for 1. Rayshawn Raham rushed for 1. So
Kanias and Cam.
Yeah.
4 touchdowns.
Guys getting it done back there.
And then Dean also caught a touchdown pass.
Yeah.
So Davion Dean has been in the end zone twice tonight. Blake Mays' low line drive kick going to be fielded inside the 20. They're still bouncing around down there. And Orlando Holland, once again on special teams, the first man there, as Orlando Holland has made some big-time tackles not only from the defensive end position this year, but also on special teams.
Man, I thought the Sun Lake Seahawks return man almost gave us a gift, Mike. He bobbled that for enough time for Orlando Holland to get down the field. With 2:41, I'd have loved to have the football right from the 20-yard line again and get that running clock going before halftime.
Jackie, as we head down toward the Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report, I'll give you a couple of games to think about. Tomorrow, some big games in college football. Georgia's going to be hosting number 1 Tennessee. That's right, I said number 1 Tennessee.
Oh.
Undefeated Clemson takes it on the road to Notre Dame. And a couple of others, Alabama going to make the trip out to LSU to Baton Rouge to take on the Tigers over there. Florida going to be on the road out at College Station at Texas A&M. And, hey, these rivalry games, you know, we had Florida-Georgia last week. Tomorrow, Florida State and Miami on the road. Now, those rivalry games don't always have the same luster, but there's still rivalries to those schools. So tomorrow, a big day in college football. I'm going to pick your brain and give you my picks on those games coming up at the halftime break. Give you a World Series update, and need some magic. Need some magic back in the bats for the Phillies, but we'll talk about that briefly. And then just a couple of more notes and odds and ends at the halftime break coming up in just a moment. 2 minutes to go exactly here in the first half. Second down and 6 play. They're going to pass one to the left side over there. Receiver tries to cut back up and make a turn back toward the first down, and it looks like he's going to get the first down. They're going to move the chains out across the 30-yard line, and it's going to be a first down Seahawks. 33-0. The Cats, an offensive explosion here on the road tonight. Seahawks trying to come back and answer here before the halftime break. The Wildcats will get the ball to start the second half of this football game. Pass to the left side, catch made over there, and the receiver has nowhere to go. If he's tackled and bottled up right there after a 2-yard gain, call it second down and 8.
Yeah, I can tell you 33-0, but you will not tell that PA announcer that. Because he is calling every first down for Sun Lake like it is the first series.
Well, there's something to be said for people that take their job seriously, Jackie, even when things aren't going so well. You know, hey, that man showed up to work tonight, whether they're winning or losing. He's calling those first downs. Second down play now. He actually gained nothing on that play, so it's second down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Sun Lake going to throw a screen pass across the middle, and Orlando Holland is in the backfield about the same time the ball got there. Orlando Holland got there, and he tackles the ball carrier in the backfield for a big loss. It'll be third down.
And with 40 seconds to go here in the first half, Wildcat team going to take a big lead in the halftime here, and they get the ball back to start the second half, so you don't want to give up a cheap one here.
Yeah, they're not going to have enough time on the clock to give the Wildcats another chance here in the first half. Sun Lake just trying to run enough clock down so that this play gets them close to the triple zeros on the clock, and they can go back and regroup in the locker room. Third down play, calls for the football, looks to pass. He throws one to the right side. It's going to be, it should have been picked off. Major had his eyes on it, and he was coming back, and that would have been a pick six.
Oh, man, Derek Major saw it a little too late. That ball was just floated out there, and you're right, that he put on the brakes and got to that one. That was 6 the other way for the Wildcat.
That close. That close. That's fourth down.
Barring no penalties on the return.
Yeah, that was something I talked about with Coach Mays last week. You know, he agreed with us on the block in the back, probably way too far away from the play last week when Derek Major had a couple of them called back. On the second one, though, that one was tough. Fourth down, 5 seconds to go in the half. They send the man in motion here, snap back to the quarterback, and all kind of problems with the play as the play is signaled dead here. They were going for it on fourth down. He was going to throw that one up, too, Jackie. That's a little dangerous. Sun Lake now going to call a timeout. You're trailing 33-0, trying to get a fourth down play in, and you got to call a timeout.
Yeah, you throw one deep right here. I'd love to see Makai Mosley, Derek Major, one of those guys, get their hands on it, do something big with it with 5 seconds left to go. Again, that long ride, you love nothing more than that running clock, Mike. So these fans can get back to McClenny at a decent hour.
Well, Jackie, I got to tell you, man, I know it's, there's no fanfare, no special whatever, but it's been a fun ride with you here on Wildcat football, and you and I are going to fade into the sunset after this season's over as we call our last regular season game here for the Cats, and looks like it's going to be a win in our final regular season game, but we still got the playoffs to look forward to, and I'm looking forward to one last ride through the playoffs here. Fourth down play, the Wildcats hit the quarterback in the backfield, force an incomplete pass, and that's going to be the end of the first half. 33 points for the Cats. Goose egg on the board for the Seattle Sun Lake Seahawks as they can't get it going offensively against this Wildcat defense. We'll take a break here at halftime. When we come back, we'll have our Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report. Jackie, I'll pick your brain on some of those games we talked about and run through some stories here, some thoughts as we end the 2022 season. Big night for the Cats so far, 33 points on the board. They lead it. Let's send you back to the station. We're going to take about a 4-minute timeout here, and we'll be back with more Wildcat football on WFBB.
The Glen Baptist Church Ladies Ministry is excited to welcome Lauren Johnson as the guest speaker for our 2023 Ladies Retreat, titled Rhythm of Grace. Our lives can get out of rhythm with all the demands placed on us, so join us to learn how to get back into a joyful rhythm with God's help. This 2-day event will be held at Glen Baptist Church, located in Glen St. Mary, and starts Friday, January 27th at 6 p.m. There will be food trucks and fellowship, followed by our opening session. This event is open to all ladies 9th grade and up. Clear your weekend, ladies, and tell your friends and family. We have been praying for big things from a big God. Registration for the weekend is only $25 and includes a voucher for free donuts to be redeemed Saturday morning, a t-shirt, and a box lunch on Saturday. So head over to our Facebook page at Glen Baptist Church and get signed up today. Registration ends January 12, 2023. We look forward to seeing you embrace God's rhythm of grace for your life at this very special ladies event.
Hi, this is Larry Birkins of Birkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Birkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Birkins at Birkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BirkinsChevy.com.
Since 1967, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has had the goal to acquire customers and maintain their complete satisfaction throughout the business relationship. Located in McClenny with almost 60 years of serving the McClenny area, excellence has been their hallmark. Did you know that now Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning also carries Amana products? Amana has been known since 1934 as having some of the most reliable and dependable heating and air conditioning systems in the business. If you're struggling with who to call for your air conditioning service, give them a call. Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, 259-6546. That's 259-6546.
Have you ever thought about cleaning out your garage or wonder what you need to do with all those aluminum cans or scrap metal you've got laying around in the backyard? Well, look no further. You just need to load it up and head to American Recycling. Tim Hughes owns and operates American Recycling on Woodlawn Road in McClenny, Florida. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and on the second and fourth Saturdays of every month from 9 a.m. to noon. Stop by and see Tim and maybe even cash in on that stuff you've got laying around. Tim and American Recycling say, go Wildcat.
welcome you back here to Sun Lake High School in Sun Lake, Florida, just north of Tampa, Florida, down here, just off I-75 south of McClenny, Florida. About a 3-hour drive. What do you say, Jackie? About 3 hours for sure. Got a full moon here behind us and a beautiful night for football, and the Wildcat offense has exploded for 33 points here in the first half, and Wildcats trying to close out the season on a high note, try to get to 7 wins on the year, and so far so good. Wildcats will get the ball to start the second half here, and we welcome you back to our Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report. Jack Baker, Justin Webb, local agents there for Farm Bureau in McClenny, Florida. They do it all: homeowners insurance, life insurance, automobile insurance. They can insure your golf cart, whatever you got. They'll do it for you. Give them a call down there at Baker County Farm Bureau, or just stop in right there on 121 and see them. Been in the same location for a long time, and they'll be happy to talk to you about all your insurance needs, whether you choose Farm Bureau or not. That's the kind of guys they are, and they'll take care of you for sure. Wildcats on top, 33-0. Jackie, want to give a big shout-out to some of the folks listening in back there at home. We're at Heritage Park tonight. They're having a big tailgate party for the Elevate Life Church. I heard from our friend Benny Fish, who's normally here, waving the flag for the Wildcats, but Benny Fish not here tonight, but he's down there with a bunch of folks at Heritage Park. So Benny Fish, give you a big go Wildcats.
Yeah, absolutely. They're probably packed down there, man. They were giving away food, a chance to win a big screen TV I saw on Facebook. So I hope they got a crowd down there. I hope we're bringing all the action. I hope you feel like you're in Land O'Lakes down here.
Yeah, Benny, whatever I win, just hold it for me, and I'll come see you later on tonight. So hopefully that tailgate party's going well. What game are they tailgating for, Jackie? This one.
Yeah, I think they're watching that on that NSHS.
I got you. There you go, 10-4. So go Wildcats. Big hello to Elevate Life Church and all those folks down there at Heritage Park gathered up, and it's exciting stuff. 33-0. The Wildcats lead here at the halftime break against Sun Lake. The Sun Lake High School marching band is on the field as we've got our Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report. And Jackie, we'd be remiss if we didn't go through a halftime without talking about some college football. And I got to tell you, there's some good ones to watch tomorrow. Not a ton, not 10 or 15 good games, but there's always a good one that pops out that nobody was preparing for. But some big games among those teams in the top 25. So this week, if you go back and look, they had the college football playoff standings that came out this week, Jackie, and lo and behold, the Tennessee Volunteers found themselves at the top of that heap. I know that probably disappointed some Georgia Bulldog fans. However, the Georgia Bulldogs can have something to say about that tomorrow in Sanford Stadium. The 3:30 game, the prime time game of the day, the game that everybody's going to be watching. Stetson Bennett against Tennessee, and that Volunteer offense led by Hendon Hooker, and those guys have just been rolling this year, Jackie, and it seems like each and every week they just pick up more steam as they kind of steamroll through their schedule so far, and they've got offensive playmakers. They've got weapons. It's a different team than you saw play early in the season. That first game they played against Pitt, the Panthers, tough game, one of those down-to-the-wire games. Even the Florida game against Tennessee was a little bit down to the wire. But the teams that you see that win national championships and the teams that, end up at the top of the heap at the end of the year are the teams that continually get better during the season. And I got to tell you, I've been watching that Tennessee team all year long, Jackie. They're playing as good as anybody in the country right now. Can they go to Athens and take down the Bulldogs?
Let me tell you, do you think that number one ranking should have been given to Tennessee? Let me tell you what they did. They gave Tennessee that ranking just to make that Georgia football team mad to go into this game. That's nothing but a ploy, Mike. Georgia, I'll be the first one to tell you, Georgia is a defending national champion. Georgia has not lost a game this season. You should be number one in the country. No reason Tennessee should have skipped over them. So
you don't get rankings based on last year, Jackie.
You absolutely do. If you're the defending champion, you are the champion until somebody knocks you off.
Well, if you're writing for the Baker County Gazette and you get to put in the Jackie Baker top 10, you can go that way. But I'm basing it on this year. What have you done for me lately? And right now, hey, you can't tell me that anybody looks better than Tennessee.
What has Georgia done to lose the number one spot?
Well, you don't start the season with a number one spot, Jackie. They were number one last year. They were the champions last year. That was last year. You leave it in last year. This year, absolutely, Georgia has done everything. They've beaten everybody on their schedule. They took down Oregon. Oregon's playing really good football right now.
They didn't take down Oregon. They demolished Oregon.
Yeah, they have. But, other than that, look at some of the teams that Tennessee has beaten this year. Listen, I'm not going to argue about who's one or two. They'll settle it on the field tomorrow. But what I'm telling you is that Tennessee goes into Georgia as the number one team in the playoff standings. Now, here, I'm asking you, who's going to win?
Because of that, Georgia wins that ball game.
There you go. Georgia, because they come in, no respect for the Georgia football team. Well, the other two teams that are in that top four, Jackie, are going to face some challenges tomorrow. Clemson, a team that's ranked in that top four, a team that hasn't lost a football game this year, but if you look at them with the eye test, you wouldn't say Clemson's one of those top four teams. The odds makers know things, Jackie. They know things, okay? Going into Notre Dame tomorrow, Clemson only favored by 4 points in that game. You would expect a 5-3 Notre Dame team to be much bigger underdog against an undefeated Clemson team, wouldn't you? I smell an upset there. I smell the Irish getting that win. What do you say?
Oh, man. Up in Notre Dame, big game, South Bend. What time's that game?
Oh, it's a
night game?
It's an evening
game. Evening game? Oh, man. Clemson's in trouble. Abbott in trouble. He better hype those guys up. Not very good quarterback play this year for the Clemson Tigers. You may be right. You may be onto something there, but I'm going to say, because I like Vegas, Clemson wins.
Yeah, if you're just going to set your viewing schedule based on the times of these games tomorrow, Jackie, starting at noon, you got Florida on the road in Texas A&M. Florida only a 3-point underdog in that game, but something tells me they should be a bigger underdog than that. That's going to be a tough win for the Gators. A noon kickoff against Texas A&M. 3:30 settle in for that Tennessee-Georgia big-time matchup. No game bigger tomorrow than that Tennessee-Georgia game. That should be as good of a football game as we've seen this year. Sometimes they let us down. I don't get the feeling that game's going to let us down. Tomorrow night, you've got Alabama on the road at LSU. Here's the thing you need to know, Jackie. LSU lost their first game of the year. They lost to FSU, of all teams. Since that time, they're 6-1, and they've rattled off some big wins against some teams. They've knocked off previously unbeaten Ole Miss a couple of weeks ago, and they've done it in fine fashion. They've climbed their way after a first-game loss all the way into the top 10 of the top 25. Alabama on the road, they've lost one this year. They normally don't lose two. Can they go in there to Baton Rouge tomorrow night and take down the Tigers?
No, I don't think so. I think LSU is on the way up. They did start the season very slowly, and they're playing really good football right now, but Alabama, I don't think Nick Saban's going to let those guys go in unprepared for the LSU Tigers.
A couple of other games tomorrow night to keep an eye on. I already mentioned Clemson Notre Dame. It is a night game, 7:30. And also, normally a huge rivalry, Florida State and the Seminoles, 5-3 on the year, taking on the Hurricanes down in Coral Gables, 4-4 on the year. Jackie, Seminoles favored in that one by 7.5. You think the Noles can get it done?
Oh, man. Yeah, I think the Miami, they're reeling right now. The Noles, they seem to be playing pretty good football right now. So I think, yeah, they're going to go down. They're going to take out Miami this year. Not much. You said it earlier. When it's a rivalry game, these teams really have nothing to be playing for the rest of the season, but that game means everything to them.
Yeah, it means a lot. And, while it might not be a national big game rivalry tomorrow, the players in that game, they want to play for some pride. So expect the Miami Hurricane players to come out and give them a fight, but I also expect that the Seminoles on the road will get that win, try to move to 6-3 on the year as they set up for some end-of-the-season rivalries, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. So, Jackie, some big ones tomorrow for sure. None bigger, though, than 8:03 tomorrow night when Phillies are going to travel back to Houston. You're going to see Wheeler against Valdez tomorrow, two pitchers who have been outstanding throughout this regular season and postseason. I got to tell you, Jackie, when the series moved to Philadelphia, I expected the Phillies were going to win 2 out of 3 at least and be on top 3-2 heading back to Houston. It went the other way. Houston won 2 out of 3. They're sitting there with a 3-2 World Series lead. Tomorrow night in Houston, can the Astros clinch the World Series against my Phillies.
Yeah, they'll find a way to get it done, and then all you Philly fans will scream about how they cheated somehow, some way, and this World Series will be over.
I tell you what I will say. This is what I'll say. The Phillies, through the National League, had a chance to play the Cardinals to get into the playoffs. They won it. They won 2 straight. The Phillies then had a chance to beat the Braves to get into the championship series. They won it. They won 3 out of 4. Then they had a chance against the Padres to get into the World Series. They won it. Guess what? They won 4 out of 5. Now the Phillies have a chance against the Astros, and I got to tell you what, man, I got nothing bad to say about that team. Dusty Baker, one of the great baseball minds, you know, the manager of this Astro team. And if you look at that lineup that they put on the field, Jackie, from 1 to 9, they swing the bat and they pitch the ball as well as any team. They are a well put together baseball team, and the Astros probably are the best team in baseball, no doubt about it. But I got to tell you, the Phillies are going to win Game 6 tomorrow night, going to force a Game 7, and then we'll see. And I will say this, though, Jackie, as a Phillies fan, lifelong Phillies fan, I'm talking about a Phillies fan from the time I was 7 years old playing for Coach Landers down there on the Phillies in the minor leagues in Baker County Little League system. I've been a Phillies fan since then. And I got to tell you, though, this has been as fun a World Series and playoffs to watch as I can remember.
It always is when your team's in it.
Well,
you ask any Atlanta Braves fan, they'll tell you last year was the best playoffs in 20 years.
It's good for them. I'm talking about this year. Hey, just say it one time. The Phillies have had a great year.
Yeah, they're in the World Series.
There you go. You can say it again. But we'll see what happens tomorrow night. I'm excited about it, though. I'll be watching that, but also keeping an eye on some of those football games tomorrow. Another good day of football. Jackie, any updates from the Baker County Youth Football League? Are we done for the year?
We are done for the year, Mike. Guys had a great season. Everybody's done, resting up, getting ready for some basketball down at Fuel Sports, and then you'll gear up for some baseball down there at the Baker County Little League. So people are always asking me, Mike, I know they ask you the same because you've been around sports, you've been around youth sports, you know, hey, wow, how do I know? What's going on? Where can I sign up? Follow these people on Facebook. Go follow Fuel Sports for Glen Baptist basketball and soccer. Go follow Baker County Little League's Facebook page, and they'll post their sign-ups. Yeah. They're probably coming up January or February. So follow all those groups, and you'll know what's going on. Get those little boys and girls signed up for baseball, softball, soccer, basketball, whatever you like. Youth sports all over Baker County.
Yeah, times have changed, man. You know, over the years, there's a bigger population in our county now. Used to be word of mouth was all you needed, you know, and maybe a couple signs up in the city there, but not anymore, man. You got to get on social media. You got to follow Facebook. You got to do those things if you want to stay in the know, or at least have a lookout. You know, have a spy out there somewhere that's looking at Facebook for you, and they can give you that information. Because honestly, Jackie, I mean, with the population we've got in the county and the amount of activities that happen, it's hard word of mouth anymore.
Oh, no doubt. You're right. When we were growing up, Mike, you could tell the cashier down there at Walmart, and before you know it, before you got back to the house, somebody was calling you to tell you what was going on, but not anymore.
Well, Jackie, sometimes you just picked up the phone because, hey, I don't know if you remember this, but back in the day when people had home phones and you used to just walk through the wall and pick up the phone, a lot of people living out there in Kyler and Taylor and some of them other places, they had a party line. So you pick up that phone and you might be talking to 3 neighbors from down the road down there who are on the phone. Listen, my Aunt Glenda Faye Rollerson lives out there on Noah Rollerson Road. I got to tell you a funny story. We would be down there at her house, and you had to make a phone call. You had to go pick up the phone on the wall, and they had what's called a party line. Now, a lot of these kids, they have no idea what a home phone is, much less a party line. Well, there weren't enough lines back then, so the people that lived out on that road had to share a phone line. So you might have picked up the phone, and your neighbor down the street was talking to somebody else, and you say, hey, I need to make a phone call. It was the funniest thing that we ever had happen. We've come a long way with technology. Am I right?
Oh, my goodness. We're all on our cell phones right now here at halftime in Land O'Lakes, Florida.
So download that, what'd you call it, Facebook, whatever you got to do to stay in touch with all these local activities that are going on. And like you said, basketball coming up, Little League Baseball will be coming up in the spring. I'm sure the YMCA has activities going on. You got to get on the Facebook, and then you got to follow all those entities to stay in connection of what's happening. And I'm getting to the age where I just want to shut all that down and not pay attention to anything. How you feel about that?
You got to be a source of information, Mike.
Yeah, second half about to get underway here. Wildcats will get the ball to start the second half and see if we can go add some points to this scoreboard. The Wildcats scored 33 in the first half. Thank you for listening to the Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report. Again, Jack Baker, Justin Webb, local Farm Bureau agents there in Baker County. And we appreciate what they do. Jackie will have a dependable heating and air conditioning coaches show on Monday night. Listen to that coaches show, 7 o'clock on 97.5 WFBB. You can also catch it the next day if you miss it on the show. You know, John Meadows down there at the church, he always posts it to the Facebook page, so you can listen to the show after the fact. But Oscar Gray and the dependable heating and air conditioning coaches show, we talk about the playoffs this coming Monday. We'll know who we're going to play. We're going to know where that game's going to be. We'll know all that information. So stay tuned and listen in Monday night to the coaches show, and we'll make sure that you're up to speed on everything you need to know. A lot of folks might know before then, you know, but we'll let you know then as well, and also hear from the coach on the team that we're playing, what we expect, and all that stuff. 11:38 to go. Jabari Ruiz going to fire one to the right side. Pass incomplete on the near sideline over here.
Going to see a lot of these Wildcats in this second half. Going to get to play. You and I, we talked about it before halftime. Wildcats up 33-0. Start the third quarter. We can get one more score, Mike. The golden rule in high school football is 35 points. You get up 35 and you get that running clock.
Third down play for the Cats, 3rd down and 6. Going to hand it off inside, going to get a first down and more. Here we go. Kanias Williams going to carry it out all the way across the 40 to the 45-yard line, and he's bounced down there. And I got to tell you, a big running night for Kanias Williams, even though he's only carried it about 4 times.
Yeah, Kanias Williams doing a great job tonight. Great vision down there on the field, able to see these holes open up. Usually just a downhill runner, Mike, a one-cut guy, and he's gone.
Yeah, that was a big run because that was a 3rd down play, 3rd down and 6. Wildcats able to move the chains and get a first down. First down, Jabari Ruiz steps back there at quarterback from the 45-yard line. Going to hand it off to Rayum, and Rashawn Rayum's got a hole. He's out across the 45, out across midfield into Seahawk territory down to the 40-yard line. A 15-yard run for Rashawn Rayum.
Just rushing attack for this Wildcat team tonight. Getting it done on the ground, Mike. Big guys up front just making holes for all these running backs.
Yeah, and that's 4 different ball carriers that have toted the ball for the Wildcats tonight, and a lot of them picking up some big carries. You see Kanias Williams checks out, and Tay Walker checks in. He's going to sit down in the receiver slot over there by Kason Jewell, number 88. First down and 10 from the 40. Inside Seahawk territory, Wildcats on top by 33. Handoff inside to Rayum, and Rayum's got a hole again. He gets caught by the shoestring, and he's going to go down, but another first down run.
He had a good run that time by Rayum, just right up the middle. Mike saw a little crease there. And again, just picking up chunk yardage here on the ground, this Wildcat team. And Rayshon's helmet came off on that play, so you're going to get Kanias Williams check back into the ball game here. Wildcats driving, looking to score here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Just underway, second half. Cats on top, 33-0. 10 minutes to go, and counting. Jabari Ruiz in the gun, takes the snap, going to hand it off inside, and the running back's going to get ahead inside the 25 down to the 22-yard line. Another good carry by the Cats, just trying to methodically drive down the field here.
Jamel Glover there checks in at running back for the Wildcats.
That's the 5th running back to carry the football now. Wildcats getting it done with a host of guys. Glover, number 7, checks back in the game. He's back there with Kanias Williams here on a second down play. 2nd down and 4 upcoming. Jabari Ruiz looking to the sideline for the play call. Cats need to hurry. Get this play in. Ruiz takes the snap, looks to fire. He's going to fire one to the right side. Jewell makes the catch. Looking for a block, though, and he's going to be tackled right there on the spot, and now you're going to get a 15-yarder on the Cats. Jackie, I tell you, this is when they show up, you know, just out of the blue, out of nowhere. We come up and we hit somebody late, and that's what happens here, and this is going to go back the other way. So the play doesn't work. It's a short pass trying to get a block out there. Jewell couldn't get a block, so he was tackled right where he caught it, and now you're going to move back 15.
goodness, that's frustrating as we're got a good drive going here in the third quarter, looking to score, and you're right, just a dumb penalty there by this Wildcat offense.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. That's what we were talking about, the effort penalties. I mean, and the Wildcats have cleaned it up. The number of penalties tonight is much less than last week. Last week we had over 20 penalties in the game. Tonight, far less than that. However, those 15-yarders still show up when you don't want them to. Third down play coming up, third down. Jabari Ruiz needs about 25, and the snap goes through his hands. There was a flag on the play. They're going to pick it up. Nobody's even looking at the football. The Seahawks pick it up, and big number 52 is rumbling and stumbling and fumbling all the way to the end zone. The Wildcats had guys there, couldn't bring him down, and 52 for the Seahawks takes it to the end zone, and it's now 33-6.
I mean, we dropped the football, Mike, and 3 Wildcats are standing around looking at it, and they ran away from the football. What are we doing?
I mean, I couldn't believe that. That just started off badly. The snap got through Ruiz's hands back there on the ground, rolling around. The Wildcats had plenty of opportunity to pick it up. Then 52 comes out of nowhere. Should have been tackled 3 times. Jumps over a Wildcat down around the 10-yard line and just goes into the end zone.
Golly, no.
52 got something to put on his Facebook.
Ain't no doubt. That baby's been uploaded already.
Nice job of running. I got to tip my cap to him. Nice job. 52 looks like probably a linebacker on that team. And he, let's say Dominic, 52, took it to the house. Extra point on the way. Left-footed kicker gets his foot into it, and he's going to pull it right through there. No, he's going to miss it right. He pulled it to the right. 33-6 the score now. 8:56 to go here, third quarter, just underway. Wildcats on their first possession here. Turn it over. Our first turnover of the night. And we'll get the football back here after the Seahawk touchdown. Let's take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
Dual State Real Estate is a proud supporter of Wildcat football. We offer home and land sales as well as property management in Florida and Georgia. Come in for a free consultation and we'll show you how to get up to 16% more for your property. Mention this ad and we'll give you free buyer representation. Don't hesitate, call Dual State, owned and operated by Sabrina Thrift. Call us today at 904-397-0263 or check us out at dualstaterealestate.com. We'll give you service you deserve from people you can trust. And at Dual State Real Estate, we are always Wildcat proud.
Hi, atop Sun Life Stadium here, or Sun Lake Stadium here, not Sun Life Stadium, Sun Lake Stadium. Sun Lake High School in Sun Lake, Florida tonight. The Wildcats of Baker County making the road trip down here to face the Seahawks. Cats on top 33-6, but we just gave up a big fumble return for a touchdown to that Seahawks team, and they might be smelling some life here in the second half, Jack.
Oh, my goodness, man, that's heartbreaking. Pitching a shutout down here in Land O'Lakes, and that was bad from the get-go, and you know where it all started? With that 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, the penalty, and that's exactly right, Jackie. Once you had that 15-yard penalty, next play things go south, and then, you're sitting there looking at a guy running back the other way with a touchdown run for the Seahawks. So it went from bad to worse. The penalty was bad. Worse was the return for the Seahawks for the touchdown. Now the Wildcats will start it out on offense. First down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Wildcats.
0.
It's one of those things, Jackie. A win is a win on the road in the last game of the year, but we talked about momentum, right? The last thing that you remember as a Wildcat player doesn't need to be, Sun Lake scoring in the second half. It needs to be us, continuing the momentum from what we built in the first half. So hopefully this team can turn it around here, get something going in the third quarter. You don't have to sustain that the whole half, but it'd be nice to see, some momentum built as the game wears on. And now on first down, the Wildcats try to run left side, and Sun Lake blows it up in the backfield, and it's going to be tackled for a loss.
And again, what you don't want to see, Kanias Williams comes up hobbling.
You definitely don't want to see that. Williams looks like he might have turned his ankle a little bit there on the play. Doesn't look like anything super serious, but you definitely don't want to get dinged up here in the final week of the season either as you head down toward the playoffs next week. 2nd down and 12 upcoming for the Cats after the injury timeout. Cats with an injury timeout on the field. 33-6. 8:38 to go in the third quarter. I tell you what, while the injury timeout is underway, let's take a 30-second timeout with them. We'll take 30 seconds here. You're listening to Wildcat Football. We'll be right back here on WFBB.
We live in the small towns of North Florida, and we deserve only the finest in healthcare. We're fortunate to have that right here in McClenny at Ed Frazier Memorial Hospital. Here, we receive personalized treatment options that focus on wellness. It's reassuring to know that our doctors are just as qualified as larger hospitals, and our medical technology is the best available. Ed Frazier Memorial Hospital at Baker County Medical Services. The best part? They treat you like family.
And as we come back here to Sun Lake High School, the Wildcats, the Baker County offense on the field. 2nd down and 12 now. Williams did come off under his own power here on the sideline, so the trainer's going to take a look at it, maybe retape that ankle. We'll take a look and see if he's all right. Didn't look too serious. 2nd down play, handed off straight up the middle. The Wildcats going to run the football again. And this is Rashawn Rayam. And Rashawn Rayam, every time he's touched the ball tonight, he's gone north and south, Jackie, and he gets a first down for the Cats.
Yeah, Rashawn running the ball hard tonight for this Wildcat offense. And, again, the whole rushing attack, a lot of players touching the football back there in the backfield and able to pick up huge yardage for this Wildcat team.
First down and 10 for the Cats across the 40 or across the 32-yard line. 33-6 ball game, 7.5 to go here in the third quarter. Ruiz takes the snap, going to give it off again to Rayam, and Rayam just fights his way ahead. And I tell you what, he's picking up positive yardage every play. And this time he comes out of that pile on the other end, Jackie, at 12 yards up the field and another first down.
I mean, you're right. It was a pile. He picked up 5 or 6 there, and it was just a mass of human bodies there. Thought he had him stopped, and Rayam able to squeak out the backside and picked up another first down.
First down and 10 Cats now. Moving toward midfield here. Ruiz looks to the sideline. And Jackie, if you needed any more insight to that game I mentioned at halftime a while ago, the Florida-Texas A&M game, I just saw that Dan Mullen released his Week 10 picks, and he picked Florida to win that game tomorrow, so you can count on a big Florida loss now. Rashawn Rayam, handoff up the middle here, and he's again going for positive yardage out near midfield. And if you are a Georgia fan, you shouldn't be too excited because he picked Georgia over Tennessee. So if you know anything about Dan Mullen, you know his record on the year is probably worse than the Gators. So. He's gone from head coach to celebrity picker.
Terrible record as a head coach to a terrible record as a celebrity picker.
2nd down 5, going to hand it off. No, Ruiz, zone read in the middle of the field, and Jabari Ruiz takes the handoff to Rayam, and Jabari Ruiz picking them up, putting them down inside Seahawk territory down to the 35-yard line, and a flag comes down after the play. A high-flying flag over there after the play. The Wildcats had a first down to the 35-yard line. Check the penalty. The Wildcats pointing toward the Seahawks. That'd be some news.
Yeah,
get it on the other team,
especially if it's a 15-yarder.
Wildcat fans made the trip down here to Sun Lake, Jackie, but most of them just kind of sitting around, not making much noise. Why are we so quiet?
Not a lot to cheer or boo about when you're up 33-6.
Anybody got a concession stand report, what they're selling over here? Ask John Meadows what they're selling down at the concession stand down there.
I'll tell you what I have seen. I've seen microwave popcorn. I mean, come on, somebody. You got to do better than that.
Hey, we will get a penalty against Sun Lake here after the play. So the Wildcats pick up a big first down run there by Jabari Ruiz on the zone read play and add 15 to it, going to be all the way down to the 20-yard line of the Seahawks. So it's been a little while now since the Wildcats visited the end zone, but with a 33-6 lead here, going to try to get in there at least one more time.
Yeah, we needed to be 2 more times, man. I'm still cheering for that running clock, Mike. That's a long drive.
I know, man, but my goodness, it's almost, once the horse is out of the barn, Jackie, you might as well just settle in and just deal with it, you know? Well, those 2 extra points were missed in the first half. That's when the horse left the barn.
And I would tell you, when 52 was rumbling and stumbling down there, my blood pressure went to 210 over 170.
Hey, give a big shout-out to Wildcat fans listening in back in McClenny, Florida tonight. We took a big, long road trip down here, but I know we already mentioned Benny Fish listening in down there. I want to give a big shout-out to my buddy Kelly Cruz. Jackie, I'm going to tell you a little secret about putting up a basketball goal at your house. You know, I had a little accident over at the house a little while back, lost my basketball goal, lost a few other things, and, you know, my son hit me up this week and he said, hey, weren't you going to replace my basketball goal? And I said, you know what? I sure was. Let's do it. We went down, found one of those real nice models that you put in the ground with some concrete, everything. Yesterday I set mixed up the concrete. I set the pole, had it all in there ready to go. Told my dad, said, hey, just stop by in the morning and help me out. Probably only take an hour or so like that. Well, 3 hours later, Kelly pulls up. We're still out there fighting with this thing, trying to figure out the way to go, because this thing's got a gas cylinder on the back where it raises up and down now. And, hey, only the best now. Only the best from my yard. But let me tell you something. 4 hours later, with help from Kelly, my neighbor Pete, and my dad, we finally got that thing in the ground, and Colby was shooting some threes. So there you go. First down play, handoff to the right side. Wildcats trying to run it toward that boundary and going to try to cut it back up inside, get tackled right there. Who was that ball carrier, Jackie? Okay, Ruiz on the carry. But, hey, stop by, Jackie, because, hey, breakaway rim, we can raise it, we can get it down to 8.5 feet so you can dunk it.
Hey, CO2, man. I might be NBA Jam up in there.
But Kelly told me the one message that he had for us on the radio tonight was that dogs on top. He said the dogs are going to take down the Volunteers tomorrow. So, you got anything to say to Kelly?
No, Kelly is a lifelong Georgia fan.
He is.
I try not to give. Kelly's been there through the good, the bad, and the ugly, and he's not one to really give it to us Florida fans too much. So I take it easy on Kelly pretty good, but
now you guys like Kelly Cruz don't come around every day. He's a good one, and so if Georgia does win tomorrow, I'll be happy for Kelly, and I'll be happy for some of those Bulldog fans out there for sure. Wildcats going to get a penalty on that play, so in addition to the play not going off the way we wanted it to, going to be a big penalty back here. So, Jackie, we're looking at first down from the 40-yard line, and we've got to go all the way down to the 10 for a first down. Sounds about right.
Yeah, first and 30. I like it. What play call do we have for first and 30?
Well, on any other night, I might look it up and go deep in the playbook. Tonight, we just need to hand it off.
Yeah.
We've been pretty much gashing this Seahawk offense, and if we just don't try to get fancy here, try to run this football down there, it might get it in. Now, one thing I did see over at the concession stand, Jackie, was that Kona shaved ice thing over there, and I see those lights still flickering over there. You think we should get over there and try one of those shaved ice? Handoff up the middle. Wildcat's going to get tackled in the backfield. Layham couldn't get out of his own way, and the Wildcats going to get tackled right at the line of scrimmage. And on top of that, guess what just came down from the backfield? Another flag.
I mean, this is 2 weeks in a row where these referees have let that first half just kind of run its course and do it. And now you have made this the absolute slowest third quarter in the history of high school football.
This one's going to be against the Cats as well. So coming in, we're gonna eventually need an Uber.
I was going to say one more 15-yarder, we'll be halfway back to McClenny.
Well, this is funny because this is one of those offsetting deals where they mark it 10 yards against the Cats, then 5 back the other way. So after it's all said and done, going to get back to the 40-yard line. So why even mark it off?
Man, give it one more little nudge with your foot there.
Second down, 30. Here we go. Ruiz in the shotgun. Cats with 2 receivers left, one to the right. Pass across the middle is going to be off the hands of the receiver. Intended for a receiver down there around the 20-yard line. It's incomplete.
Yeah, good throw that time by Jabari Ruiz. Had a couple of receivers there. Tipped up in the air, so the Wildcats catch a break. Just falls to the turf.
Third down play coming up. Third down. Ruiz back to pass again. Fires one deep down the right sideline. Trying to hit the same guy again. That's 33 streaking down the sideline, Peyton Duggar. And it's incomplete, and it'll be 4th down. So a promising drive a few moments ago ends in a 4th down and 30 here from the 40-yard line, and the Cats are just going to punt it away. So all that success in the first half, Jackie, and here in the second half, all we've had is a Sun Lake touchdown. Nothing else. 33-6.
Yeah, nothing doing here, man.
Blake Mays catches the high snap, and he punts one over toward the left side. It's going to hit a Sun Lake player. Ball rolling around on the ground, and the Wildcats may have it. They had a Sun Lake player over there just kind of lollygagging around, and when you do that, the ball hits you in the back, and the Wildcats are going to recover it.
What a break. What a break here for this Wildcat offense.
That's just a lack of awareness. You know, the Sun Lake player running down the field, he had no idea where the punt was, and it came down right beside him and hits him. And then he tried to scramble around and get to it, but by then the Wildcats were on top of it. First down, Cats. A good heads-up play by the special team.
Good heads-up play, and now we're going to get some of the starters back in the game. Blake Mays going to check in at quarterback. Davion Dean, the deep back.
Mays and a flag down on the play. Hands the ball off up the middle to the up back. But a flag down. The white hat back here calls an illegal shift on the Cats, so back us up 5 yards and do it again.
My goodness, guys. They must live around the block, these referees.
True. Well, the last 4 offensive plays, Jackie, have resulted in negative yardage for us because we have gone backwards by the penalty on the last 4 straight plays. So what I'd like to see is just an offensive play without a penalty. So now instead of 1st and goal from the 10, 5 yards back will make it 1st and goal from the 15, I'm sorry. Handoff to the right side. Wildcats going to run Davion Dean inside the 15. Another flag comes in. What I tell you, 5 straight plays with a penalty.
What are we doing?
And it's just kind of what you said a minute ago is exactly right. This third quarter just grinded to a halt here.
I mean,
we were making some headway. I was already on 75, about to put it on cruise control, and here we are.
The opening drive, we had taken off 4 minutes on the clock, and then just a series of unfortunate events. And it seems like a lot's happened now, but there's still 5:23 remaining here in the third quarter.
Wasn't that a movie?
Yeah.
Lemony Snicket's, I think. Series of unfortunate events.
Yeah.
It's kind of a funny movie if you watch it. Not, you know, a lot of things happen. A lot of unfortunate things.
Yeah, well, and that describes this third quarter perfectly.
Lemony Snicket. Maybe one of the best movie names of all time. Right up there with Top Gun. Hey, I got to tell you, man, out there handing out candy this week, I saw a couple of snazzy Top Gun guys dressed as Maverick came up there in their flight suits and everything. That would have been a good Halloween costume this year, to be Maverick from Top Gun.
Yeah,
you know.
Relevant.
And I asked the guy that came up like that, I said, hey, are you Maverick or Goose? He said, both. Oh. Handoff for the Cats, trying to go straight up the middle against this Seahawk team and might pick up a couple. That was second down and goal. Going to be a third down. I don't even know what the penalty was a moment ago. I think it was offsetting. They did that whole mark it off one way and back the other way thing again. Wouldn't that be funny if you saw guys in the college and NFL do that? Mark it off 10 and then come back the other way. Second down now, second down and goal. Going to toss sweep to the left side. Blake Mays gets it out there to Davion Dean, and he's running backwards. And two more flags come down on the play.
One of them came from our sideline. Davion Dean runs to the left towards the Sun Lake sideline, and one of them came from our sideline. And I saw the hold from up here, so I know he saw it. My goodness.
And the back just threw a missile over there from the corner pylon all the way to the other side. Oh, man, let's take a break. Let's take a break with them, come back, try to regroup, and get this thing back on the rails. 33-6, the Cats lead. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
Have you ever thought about cleaning out your garage or wonder what you need to do with all those aluminum cans or scrap metal you've got laying around in the backyard? Well, look no further. You just need to load it up and head to American Recycling. Tim Hughes owns and operates American Recycling on Woodlawn Road in McClenny, Florida. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and on the second and fourth Saturdays of every month from 9 a.m. to noon. Stop by and see Tim and maybe even cash in on that stuff you've got laying around. Tim and American Recycling say, go Wildcat. Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
It's comical.
I'm laughing as we come back from the break because right before the break ended there, we get a snap over the quarterback's head, and we just took another 20-yard loss.
Third and goal from the 35.
Third and goal from the 35. Mays rolls to his right, looks back underneath, going to try to run it now, and Mays is going to get hit back at the 45. And that's where we'll get sacked, back at midfield. So now you got fourth and goal from midfield. You got a play call for that.
Yeah. Nothing that we've done in the third quarter.
How many teams on fourth and goal have punted the ball? That's got to be a good question, right? How many times in the history of football on fourth and goal do teams punt the ball? Well, it's happened here tonight, folks. The Wildcats, all the way back almost at midfield, have to punt it away on a fourth and goal. The good news is we'll down it inside the 10, give Sun Lake bad field position, but a 33-6 ball game. The Wildcats can't do anything here on offense in the second half.
The good news was the last part that hit the Sun Lake player, and we got it inside the 10. My goodness. We have taken 10 steps back. I mean, we completely controlled the first half and the first 4 minutes of the third quarter on the ground. And the wheels have fallen off.
First down and 10 for Sun Lake, 3:17. They're trying to get back in this ball game, trailing 33-6. They're going to go back to that wishbone look that we saw early in the ball game. Handoff straight ahead. The Wildcats in the backfield. Nice job. Nice pursuit by that Cat defensive front. They get in the backfield of Sun Lake's defense and mark this one back to the 3, a 2-yard loss.
Loss of about 4 on the play.
That announcer needs to start listening to me. He said 4-yard loss. Well, they were on the 5. That means the ball would have to be on the 1. It's on the 3. Just some simple math. You know, Jane Roden over there at the co-op, she tell this guy, 5 minus 3 is what? 2. Second down, 12. Inside the 5-yard line. 2:33 to go. Third quarter. Handoff, no, they're going to take the handoff, and the pass is going to be broken up by the Wildcats, maybe intercepted. A nice play on the ball that time by one of the Wildcats here, back in coverage. Number 17 was one of the Wildcat captains tonight, Casey McDowell, on the coverage over here. McDowell went up, broke the pass up, and on the way down, able to corral it and get some interception.
Nice play that time by Casey McDowell, playing cornerback out there. These Rocks just leapt up and snatched that ball out of the air. So another Wildcat turnover here, giving this offense some life, maybe.
Some of these guys aren't ready to quit. Well, let's play some football. Let's go score some more. We scored 33 in the first half and nothing here in the third quarter. 33-6 is the score, 2:23 to go. Offense on the field again. Jabari Lewis, two receivers to the right, two to the left. One back in the backfield, now a man in motion. Give the ball on a jet sweep, running to the left side. And the ball carrier is going to be up the field for a couple of yard gain. That's 33, Connor Bearden on the carry. Connor Bearden on the carry. As he gets it upfield for about a 3-yard gain, it'll be 2nd down and 7.
That Russian attack just continues to gain traction here for this Wildcat team.
2nd down, 7. They're going to run the jet sweep the other way. No, the ball is knocked out of there. It looked like the Wildcats were going to run jet sweep the other way to Tay Walker, and Jabari and Tay Walker just kind of collided. The ball comes out, and Sun Lake's got it.
Oh, man, I'm telling you right now, Coach Mays cannot be happy with the way this offense is played here in the third quarter. I mean, we talked about it. You never know when something's going to happen to one of these starting players, and you got to get an next guy up mentality. And I tell you, it has been not fun to watch. And even when the starters came back in the game, couldn't get it done.
Nah.
I mean, this team has totally deflated here in the second half.
I'm right there with you. We wanted to have some positive momentum going the other way, and the Cats have just, you know, if it wasn't for this defense and the way the defense is played, you know, it might be in a bad situation.
No doubt. No doubt. This defense has definitely showed up, but very reminiscent of what's happened in the Yulee game and a couple other times this year where the Wildcat offense gets up to a pretty big lead and then slowly gives it away.
2nd down play, they fire one out to the right side. Had some Wildcats in coverage there to pass incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10. Wow. Got a score update there. I heard Swanee's up 10-0 on Bradford now. Bradford, number 1 seed in our region, undefeated right now, and they facing Swanee in the last game of the year, trailing 10-0. They're going to need to come from behind to secure that undefeated season. Wow. Not that it'll change anything. They'll still be the number 1 seed. But, and who knows? They may be resting some starters. Who knows? Pass across the middle here going to be caught short of the first down, just barely short of the first down. And they're going to be 4th down here, 4th down and a yard for Sun Lake.
Swanee clinched their district championship,
did they?
Last week as well. So I think they were 8-1 maybe going into that ball game. So pretty good matchup over there in Bulldog Country.
Bulldog Country. Under a minute to go. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. This third quarter has dragged and dragged and dragged. They're going to run a quarterback sneak straight up the middle, trying to get to the 40-yard line. They need that for a first down to keep this drive alive. They'll have to check it up. They got if you didn't know it, you know it now. The PA announcer says they got that first down.
It's always funny. You see that was a 4th and probably 2 foot there. The referee has no idea where that ball is. No, it's just a matter of whether he zigs or he zags when he goes out there, if you're going to give him the first down or not. And that time he zigged and Sun Lake picks it up.
Most of those times on those plays, you know, the referee is just seeing how far the pile moves.
That's right.
They go out there and first down or not. First down and 10 now, Sun Lake. Last play of the third quarter. Going to fire it to the right side. Catch made. Tackle made right there. Kel Cruz, nice job. Shed his block, got over there, made a tackle right where the catch was made. And that'll be second down after the timeout. Let's take a 2-minute timeout here. Wildcats lead at 33-6 heading to the fourth quarter. We'll take 2 minutes and be right back here with more Wildcat football on WFBB.
Hi, this is Larry Birkins of Birkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Birkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Birkins at Birkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BirkinsChevy.com.
Since 1967, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has had the goal to acquire customers and maintain their complete satisfaction throughout the business relationship. Located in McClenny with almost 60 years of serving the McClenny area, excellence has been their hallmark. Did you know that now Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning also carries Amana products? Amana has been known since 1934 as having some of the most reliable and dependable heating and air conditioning systems in the business. If you're struggling with who to call for your air conditioning service, give them a call. Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, 259-6546. That's 259-6546.
Dual State Real Estate is a proud supporter of Wildcat football. We offer home and land sales as well as property management in Florida and Georgia. Come in for a free consultation and we'll show you how to get up to 16% more for your property. Mention this ad and we'll give you free buyer representation. Don't hesitate, call Dual State, owned and operated by Sabrina Thrift. Call us today at 904-397-0263 or check us out at dualstaterealestate.com. We'll give you service you deserve from people you can trust. And at Dual State Real Estate, we are always Wildcat proud.
.53 to go in the ball game now. Sun Lake with the football. Third down. They face a third down and 25. They need to get all the way out to midfield for a first down. Cats digging in on defense. We need some momentum here coming out of this game as we head into the playoffs next week. Right now, this second half, we don't want to remember this. Cat offense has done nothing. Thankfully, this Cat defense has played hard. Third down. Third down and 25. They're going to pass it. Looking to throw. Holding on that left end, but it's not called. And a catch is going to be made across midfield. No, he dropped it. The receiver had it in his hands for a moment, and it would have been enough for a first down, but the ball comes out. The Wildcats had Townsend over there again on coverage. I'm sorry, McDowell on coverage. It'll be fourth down.
Mr. McDowell, one of the captains tonight, seniors on this football team, making a big play there. Had an interception on that pass. Defensive series for the Cats, and that time a big pass breakup. That would have been a first down for Sun Lake.
Tay Walker is going to go back to return the punt. They got the big left-footed punter here for Sun Lake. Try to boom one down there. Tay Walker standing back around our 40. And Jackie, as the night has gone on here, we've got a little chill in the air as it comes in here. Breeze blowing to our back. What do you think?
Oh,
Wildcats almost get the punt. We're going to get a running into the kicker here. It's got, another flag. He threw two. The Wildcats might have said something to the referee down there. They needed 30 yards for a first down, and now you're going to get an after the play running into the kicker. That's a 5-yarder. And on his second penalty, you're going to get a personal foul. Against Sun Lake. What did the punter do? No. The punter must have done something. Why don't we just decline that, Coach, and take the football?
Yeah,
let's do
that's all we want.
Let's do that. The announcer just said that was one of the top kickers in the country, and maybe he needs to let them know that he also just had a personal foul. That cost them a chance to get the ball back.
Yeah. Hey, I can see how he's one of the top kickers. He can boom it.
He can boom it. There's no doubt.
Last kicker I've seen, I don't see why I haven't either.
All I know is the clock stopped, and I'm trying to get home. Got a big day of college football tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be at the baseball park watching it. I got my TV ready to go, Mike.
Well, just don't forget to turn on the Phillies tomorrow night. I know you Braves fans want to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, I think this is the least watched World Series.
Actually, on the contrary, if you go back and look, the ratings have been phenomenal for this World Series. The Phillies just captivate the hearts of Americans. The underdog story, Jackie. The underdog story can never be unsold.
Oh, my goodness. John, I'm sorry you have to ride on with that.
All right, Tay Walker's going to go back to return the kick, and
Again.
47
minutes later, and we are right back where we started. Yep, we're going to mark it back off.
Oh, this move here. This move here. I'm glad North Florida doesn't follow this same lead, because this move is getting old. But they will mark the 15-yarder off against Sun Lake.
Oh, goodness.
We were so close. We were 2 points away from a running clock, Jackie. And this thing would have been over an hour ago. That's true.
That horse is on Cumberland Island somewhere, Mike.
You like that, didn't you? The horse left the barn. Kick's on the way, and this time the kick's going to be up ahead. And guess what? The kicker, the left-footed kicker, didn't kick that one. They sent a new kicker in because of that personal foul penalty. And the Wildcats are going to take over 1st and 10 from our own 45-yard line. Actually, midfield. Or right at the 45. 11:16 to go in the game. Let's see if we can get back into this end zone here. We visited it a lot in the first half. None in the second.
We've had chances, too. We've been inside the 10-yard line twice.
We have. I agree.
In the third quarter.
Hey, look at here. We got a new quarterback in for the Cats. Number 21, Hudson Register, checks in there, quarterback for the Cats. He's going to run his own read. There goes Hudson Register, and he's down inside the 45-yard line of the Seahawks. So Register checking into the game, number 21. Going to give us a little boost of life here.
Good-looking kid down there.
No doubt about it. Number 21 for the Cats. Just a freshman out there playing quarterback now with this varsity football team. Nicely run zone read there on first down. Second down now, 1st and 10 from the 44 of the Seahawks now. Register takes the snap. Keeps it himself again, and there goes Hudson Register straight up the middle, and Hudson Register on the zone read play takes the handoff to Ram in the backfield and picks up 14 yards down to the 31.
Hudson Register finding something on that zone read play, picking up big yardage again. And you're right, only a freshman, but my goodness, you'd never know it looking from up here.
Now, I watched him down on the field before the game. He was taking some snaps with the quarterbacks and throwing the football. And I'm going to just say this because it's just the truth. He was throwing the football well before the game.
Effortless. Big kid.
Big kid. Just a freshman, young guy out there. And that time, Rashawn Ram going to take it down to the 21, 22-yard line. It's going to bring up a second down and 1 for these Cats. So some new guys in there on offense for the Cats. Ram's been playing tonight, but now Register taking the snaps. Send Silas Roden in motion. Here you go. Second down play. Going to give it to Ram again, and Ram's got the first down. Inside the 20, down to around the 18-yard line. Cats moving the ball this time.
Yeah, I mean, I'd venture to say that Turner Cemetery Road probably got more athletes per capita than anywhere else in the county.
that per capita would be the key.
Hudson Register's my neighbor down there.
Well, he's in my family. So first down play, handoff Ram, and Ram's going to take it down inside the 15. And that's going to be a 4-yard gain for Rashawn Ram.
I think we talked about that in the Vieira game. If I went down and would cross the way there and told one of those Sun Lake guys he's my neighbor, they'd think, oh, he lives right next door to you. He's about 3 miles up the road. But second down 6, Register gives it off on an option sweep to the right side to Silas Roden. Nice little play call there, but Seahawks kind of sniffed it out pretty well.
to keep it near the line of scrimmage. Not much there. You saw Register kind of run an option to the right, tossed it out there to Silas Roden, and it's going to be a gain of maybe 3. That's a play, though, that could have gone for a lot more.
Yeah, no doubt about it, but a good read all the way around by the young guy, Hudson Register.
Third down play now from the 11-yard line. Register going to keep it himself. Runs it inside the 10. And Hudson Register still on his feet inside the 5, all the way down to the 1-yard line, and a flag down on the play. Might be a face mask as they tackled Hudson Register down near the 1-yard line. But hard running by number 21 that time is going to give the Wildcats the first and goal, pending the penalty.
Yeah, I see what this call is.
Yeah, they got a face mask. That's what they did. They tackled him by the face mask, and now Hudson Register has the Wildcats lined up here first and goal from the 1-yard line. And that was hard running. He just kept his legs moving inside the 5 there and got tackled by the face mask. First down play, first and goal. Register, snap is on the ground. Got to turn around and get it, and now Sun Lake is going to get it. The snap, it seems like it doesn't matter who we put at quarterback, Jackie. The snap ends up on the ground at some point in time. The Wildcats had a first and goal there, about to punch it in on the best-looking drive of the second half, and we turn it over at the 1-yard line.
Oh, my goodness. Heartbreaking, Mike. Finally had some momentum. Down there inside the 10 again, the third time of this second half, and unable to come away with any points.
Really positive-looking drive there as Register and Rayham kind of led that drive, carrying the football down inside the 1, and we turn it over again. Unbelievable. 33-6, Wildcats on top. 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Wildcats on the road doing battle with the Sun Lake Seahawks from Sun Lake, Florida, down here at Sun Lake High School. A lot of sunlight.
A lot of suns and a lot of light.
All that.
Oh, what are we doing? We got 2 men in motion. We got nobody set.
Oh, we got a flag on the ground. I can tell you this. Just about every play in this second half, there's been a flag on the ground.
It's unbelievable. You go back to the first half and look, I bet there weren't 3 penalties called in the whole first half. And then you get into the second half, and you're right, every other play seems to be a flag. That's got to be what we're averaging.
Yeah, it's just been disappointing. I tell you. A lot of flags. Not a disappointing game, but disappointing second half. That's about the way to put it. You know.
8 minutes, 17 seconds left.
Second down now, second down and 10. Quarterback takes the snap in the shotgun. He's under heavy pressure. Wildcat sent a man. Was that Register again?
Yeah, Register.
Register went on the blitz in there and made the quarterback throw it early. It's going to be incomplete. It'll be third down.
You got guys, you go from quarterback to outside linebacker, man. That's being an athlete.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, good to see him getting some playing time in there. I know he's been looking forward to it. Got to suit up from this Wildcat varsity team from the JV earlier this year, and chance here against Sun Lake to get some action. Had it rolling right there a moment ago, and then we turn it over inside the 5. Third down play coming up, third down and 10 now. Sun Lake. Wildcats trying to get it back from inside the 10-yard line. Flags down all over the field. Imagine that.
This is unbelievable. I just want to go down and tell you guys, don't call anything on them the rest of the night. We're good.
Yeah, just let anything go.
Let it go.
I remember in the old days, Dusty Rhodes and those guys, they'd have the steel cage match, you know.
Yeah.
Anything goes. No holds barred. Let's just play that for the last 8 minutes here. No penalty.
XFL style, baby.
Yeah, just anything goes. Third down, here we go. Snap back to the quarterback. He's under pressure again, has to fire it out of there and just get rid of it as he was about to go down in the backfield. Number 14 for the Wildcats was Phillip Jackson, and he was face-to-face with the quarterback when he threw it away, and it'll be fourth down.
Yeah, it's Phillip Jackson. He's been back there all night long creating havoc. And that time, one of the cornerbacks out here for the Wildcats made a good jump on the ball. Yeah, forced that quarterback to rethink what he was trying to do there.
Tay Walker for the Cats going to go back to receive the punt. He's standing about the 40, and they are going to let the left-footed punter kick again. One of the best kickers in the nation, according to the PA announcer here. Low spiral going to be hit around the 35. Walker comes up and gets it at the 45. Tay Walker's going to return it back upfield to around the 33-yard line of the Seahawks. And let's see if the Wildcats can get something going here. Let's take a 1-minute timeout. Wildcats on top 33-6, 7:44 to go in the game. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
We live in the small towns of North Florida, and we deserve only the finest in healthcare. We're fortunate to have that right here in McClenny at Ed Frazier Memorial Hospital. Here, we receive personalized treatment options that focus on wellness. It's reassuring to know that our doctors are just as qualified as larger hospitals, and our medical technology is the best available. Ed Frazier Memorial Hospital at Baker County Medical Services. The best part? They treat you like family.
Have you ever thought about cleaning out your garage or wonder what you need to do with all those aluminum cans or scrap metal you've got laying around in the backyard? Well, look no further. You just need to load it up and head to American Recycling. Tim Hughes owns and operates American Recycling on Woodlawn Road in McClenny, Florida. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and on the second and fourth Saturdays of every month from 9 a.m. to noon. Stop by and see Tim and maybe even cash in on that stuff you've got laying around. Tim and American Recycling say, go Wildcat.
And as we welcome you back here to Sun Lake High School, the Wildcats face the 2nd down and 7 situation. Hudson Register on the zone read carry takes the ball 33 yards for the Wildcat touchdown. Hudson Register, his first varsity touchdown here for the Wildcats, and it goes for 33 yards. A big carry, and Register celebrating there in the end zone for the Cats as he goes into the end zone. 33 yards out. What a big run.
Huge run. A great 2 series that time by Hudson Register. Now the Wildcats going to go for 2 here.
Yeah, it was up late in the game here, and we're going to run a little zone read again. And Register twice now has visited the end zone as he zone reads it to Ram. And Rashawn Williams saying, hey, every time we do that, I get hit. But the 2-point conversion good.
Well, there's the running clock.
There we go.
Finally, with 6 minutes to go in the ball game. My goodness.
There's a reason they call that the mercy rule, Jackie, because Lord of mercy, we needed it. I'm ready to go. I got a couple of Slim Jims in the truck, Diet Coke, and we're going to head back to McClenny.
Man, you guys got the party bus. You and John Meta.
That's right.
Monster Energies and Slim Jims.
There you go.
It'll be a wild ride.
Well, we got to stop and buy the Monster Energy. We don't have those yet. All right, 6:02 to go in the game. Running clock here from the rest of the way out. So, Jackie, we can kind of get ready to wrap this thing up. Wildcats 41 and the Seattle Seahawks 6, or the Sun Lake Seahawks, whichever one you prefer.
Now, not sure what happened. Are we doing a mid-quarter water break?
Well, you would think so.
Yeah, we are.
Bradford got on the board 10-7 over there in the third quarter, Jackie. That'd be a good one to be at.
Yeah, it's a battle. Battle going on.
Here we are at Penalty Fest 2022.
You got the running clock now. Hey, listen, the one rule they should change when you get the running clock, it should go through official timeouts. It should go through everything. Get this thing over with, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. Just run it.
You ain't coming back from 35 points, I can assure you.
Probably not. The key word there was probably. 5:49 to go in the game. Reminder, the Wildcat fans listening in to the Wildcat Radio Coaches Show Monday night, we'll have all the information on playoffs, where we're going to be, who we're going to play, all that. It'll be coming up for you Monday night, 7 o'clock right here on WFBB. And then next Friday night, the Wildcats will be in action against somebody somewhere. in the 2022 state football playoffs. Wildcats a year removed from the Final Four in Class 5A. Last year, some changes to the mix this year, but guess what? The Wildcats right back in there in the playoffs again. So looking forward to that next week. Return man for Sun Lake's going to get it out across the 20, out across the 30. They'll start at first down and 10 there. So, Jackie, this clock will run quick now. These last 5 minutes will go by in a hurry. So I want to thank all the sponsors that made it possible once again for Wildcat football here in the regular season 2022. Look forward to next week's playoff game, wherever we are, Jackie, and it's been a pleasure to be here with you. And, hey, how about good luck to the Heroes baseball team this weekend? Where you're heading down to where? Ormond Beach, you said?
Yeah, we appreciate it. Yeah, we're headed down to Ormond Beach. It's going to be the last big tournament of the fall season for us. So hopefully we'll come back with a championship.
Hey, well, kids know YouTube, Jackie. So what you might want to do is, before Ace goes to bed tonight, remind him to pull up some YouTube highlights of the Phillies this year, and that'll give him some lessons before he gets to the field tomorrow.
Here's who not to be like. So.
No. Second down 10 now. Sun Lake, no yards on first down.
Isn't it funny, though, how baseball, those guys were so hot, man, going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then those bats, just how they cool down all of a sudden.
Running hit 5 home runs 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
But, hey, who's keeping track? Option right, Sun Lake's going to try to run it to the right side, and the Wildcats do a great job of trailing the play there. Hudson Register along with Phillip Jackson on that stop. Hudson Register turned the running back in, and Phillip Jackson made him pay. A big hit for Jackson.
Yeah, Phillip Jackson, again, one of those young guys coming back over here to Baker County and had a successful season down there on that defensive front.
Yeah, no doubt about it. A good night tonight. You said it. We've called Jackson's name all night. And this defense is ready to go for the playoffs next week. That offense, we're going to have to work on some of those penalties and whatever, but, hey, let's just go back and watch the first half film. Third down play, Wildcats all over the quarterback as he slings one downfield, and it's going to be incomplete.
Oh, man. Come on.
You heard Jackie with the man. Come on. So that tells you another flag down. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, that was a late one, too. He's going to call pass interference on Casey McDowell. That was great coverage in there.
Yeah, and that pass was uncatchable. The receiver and McDowell trying to come back to the ball, and just nobody was going to catch that. So why do we need a flag? Can we just talk about that?
Just put it back in your pocket. It's got to be relevant. Those referees just need relevance sometimes out there.
I'm a big fan of the no harm, no foul. Keep playing, especially in a game that's 41-6. Now, if it's a 17-16 game coming down to the wire, let's scrutinize it a little bit.
17-16, you'd have heard these visiting fans give him an earful over that call.
Here we go. Pass across the way is going to be incomplete as he did a complete alligator arm on that one. As he knew he was about to get hit, it'll be second down. Jackie, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to give Corey a break here, and we're going to get ready to send this one on back to the station and get out of here. Back it up from Sun Lake High School. It's been great being here with you tonight. That clock's going to hit zeros in just a moment. Wildcats going to get a big win on the road, Jackie, 41-6, and we're going to let you get on your way to Ormond Beach. But, hey, been good being here with you tonight. Coach's show Monday night at 7, and, Jackie, your final thoughts here tonight.
Defense played great. Absolutely played out of their minds all night long. The offense was clicking on all cylinders in that first half. Those guys got to understand, though, we got to be able to come out in the second half and continue that domination. Whenever your number's called, you got to be able to get out there and make it happen.
That's probably the biggest message of the night. You got to keep it going for 4 quarters, no matter who you're playing, no matter what the score is. You got to keep that momentum going. Hey, Pastor Chaz Rowland, Glen Baptist Church, want to thank you guys for this season of Wildcat football. We've got at least one more to go as the Wildcats will be in the playoffs next week. Stay tuned to all the action here on 97.5 FM WFBB. And, Corey, we're going to let you know that we're not going to stick around for any more commercial breaks. You can take it on home once you get done here, and we appreciate Corey back at the station here tonight as John Meadows got a night off, trip to Sun Lake to show for it. Wildcats get a big win. Wildcats go to 7-3 on the year, 3-1 in district play. And like I said, stay tuned to the Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning Coaches Show Monday night at 7 o'clock, and we'll let you know who we're playing in the playoffs and where we're playing. And with that being said, good night, everybody. Good night, Wildcat fans. We're going to pack it up, and we'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.